wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stay with you, river you talk. When to tap I take you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever but true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. For your way so near to my own. It will look so deep in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands on. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stay with you, river you talk. When to tap I take you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever but true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. For your way so near to my own. It will look so deep in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands on. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stay with you, river you talk. When to tap I take you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. always so neat on my own. It will look so deeper in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Oh, Chelsea, Chelsea stands on. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's chipping pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every moment, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, privilege you talk. When to tap by taking you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever but true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. 3 hours so neat on my own. It will look so deeper in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirit still blue.
Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun. This heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue. Every year we grieve and dream.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another edition of the Chelsea News Roundup Show. I do hope you're all doing well. And today it's going to be a mashup of Chelsea news and a review of our home game, our home loss against Arsenal in the first leg of the EFL Cup. A lot to talk about with regards to that particular game. I didn't watch it live. I had to rewatch it. But I think today we will start with news hunting. A lot to talk about out there. Some surprising news and also commentary from the managers' presser. I do hope, more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. I'm a little bit tired, so bear with me. Let's see. As usual, because we keep it interactive here, I'll go to the comment section, live chat session, and say hello to those of you who are already there and see how you are doing. Because yes, it's a community. We keep it close here. Okay. Let's see. The first person here is MBO5, aka Mabasto5, aka MBO5. He says, "Big up, my bro. Big up to you too, bro. I do hope you're doing well." He said, "Disappointed that Chelsea lost to Arsenal, but we move on to the second leg, and anything can happen. I get it. We haven't beaten them in 1,000 years at the Emirates. I mean, that's the first for everything." We were battering them. We battered them for years before, it became their turn. I wouldn't say all of them are battering, but they've been beating us and beat us at home yesterday. And but let's see what happens. I'm not sure what's happening with my white balance. Sorry about that. It fluctuates. It's not stable. And up the Charles, keep the blue flag flying high. Common you blues. Thank you for saying that. And he said disappointed that Kachila's nation Nigeria lost on penalties against Morocco, but hopefully they win against Egypt for a third place. Possibly they might, because the friendly they played against Egypt before that, before the competition proper, they lost 0-1. You could argue probably because the manager experimented a lot on the day trying to figure out what players are ready for the competition before making the final call on the 11, I think, on the squad that he will go to the competition with. But that's, by the way, I have my bro Ty. Up big to you too, Ty. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. And without wasting much of your time, I think we're gonna go straight to news hunting to start addressing the news items you have lined up there. Sorry if my system isn't responding properly. I change it every 2 years, and I still haven't changed it. So it's kind of somewhat, you could say, it's still misbehaving. But there you go. Yep. What happened? What happened? And my hope is that I'll get one or at least two panelists, two or at least one panelist to join me here, so you can get diversified opinion and not listen to just I alone waffle on the panel here. So we're gonna go news hunting immediately. I can hold. You can say, yeah, I can keep you busy with that. The first item here, and I'll let you know why I do not believe this. This is Vince also quoting, what's it called? Quoting Urelit. I'm not sure is that how you pronounce it correctly. And my bro is in the house. And we haven't have a conversation that you can say we haven't spoken one on one. You haven't told me where you're from, but I'd say definitely you're from Benin. Maybe I could be wrong, but nice to see you. I am very impressed with the result. I am impressed too, and I don't know why people are trying to play it down. We went into that game with, you could say, three of our most important players in Reece James. In Reece James, is it three? Yeah, in Reece James, Moises Caicedo, and Cole Palmer. They didn't play, and we were able to get, you could say, get a good result in the sense that we're still in it. If we go to Emirates and beat them 2-0, that's it. Yeah, we're through, and we're capable of doing that. If we have all our players fit and ready for that game, I think it's February 3rd, February the 3rd, I heard. So I don't know why people are saying it. You can say a lot of them, I must say, are just for clicks. Uh, them saying something to the effect of the moment you start accepting a loss as an improvement, yada yada yada, just quoting Jose Maria and all that. It just doesn't make sense. We're not out of it yet. We're still in it, which means it's still a positive result, given the context that we had three of our most important players out, and they're still complaining. It just doesn't make sense, really, in all honesty. But nice to see you, my bro. More importantly, you can always. That's why I made you a moderator. You can always share the link to your YouTube channel. I haven't created a command for you yet, but you can always do that so people can go check it out. And we have two AIs policing the live chat session. Mod Mana and Modmana and what's the other one? Uh, Dang it, Modmana and Nightbot. Yeah. So they might say something to you, but might come across as insulting. It's not. Just know. You can say more importantly, just know that it's not a human being, and we're still training it. When we see it use what we consider an offensive language, we usually give insert the feedback, let it know that that's maybe a bit too harsh or something like that. But yeah, nice to see you, my bro. I do hope you're doing well. And I have another brother there. Hey, to you too, Victor. That's Victor Victor Adeinusa. Ekugbadu. Ekaro. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show, Victor Adeinusa, my bro. Thank you for joining. I am very bullish, and when we go to the Emirates, I think we will unsettle them because the way Rosenior likes to approach the game, he likes to attack, and I think in a chaotic fashion, and Arsenal don't like that. When they play against teams that come at them, they seem to struggle a bit. But thank you for joining the conversation once again. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes. He said, "Hey, my bro, looking forward to seeing us win the game against Brentford. I think we can. I think we can. Cole Palmer trained, Reece James trained. Most of them, most of the players, I can't quite remember, but I think we will get to it. That we had out, that were out against Arsenal were out because some infectious airborne stuff was they contracted on the training ground. I don't know. I don't quite know the story, but I think we'll find it. They're fine. Reese trained and the co-palmer trained. Even both, I'm okay with both. The lap not so much because we still have João Pedro. I think he'd do well against Brentford. Victor Ad Inusa. You okay? Three syllables. Victor Ad Inusa. Victor, let me just go with the way I pronounced it before, but it's a gradual process anyway. Yoruba is one language I would have loved to learn how to speak when I was still in Nigeria. I do speak Hausa, even though it's been a while, but I do speak Hausa very well. All right, let's see this one here. I don't believe this, and I'll explain why I don't believe this. It reads PSG have Enzo Fernandez in its sight for the upcoming season and have made an informal contact with his entourage. We've seen this before. Ade Nusa. Yeah, Victor Ade Nusa. And that's the quartet report here, and they already have him on a Paris Saint-Germain kit. Here's the thing: I don't think this happens for reasons I'm going to explain. He still has about 5 years left on his current contract, and the truth is, we paid I think around 105 million pounds for him, and even if he wants to leave, I don't think the club will sell him even for 150 million pounds. And I'm quite sure, definitely before PSG will come calling, if they're seriously interested in signing Enzo Fernandez, it'd be after the World Cup. And he's definitely going to the World Cup, God willing, if nothing happens to him before that time. And he's going to probably, perform really, really well. And by the time he comes back, PSG comes with, say, 300 million. Trust me, these owners, they like him. And the reason why I don't believe these things we're seeing right now, this is not the first time. Every time we face even the slightest measure of adversity, or we struggle, or we have, you can say, some nonsense being talked about in the media with regards to the squad or his performances, you start getting these reports. At first, it was Real Madrid. Yeah, it was just. I think it was just. It has always been Real Madrid, and we made it clear that we're not looking to sell him. He's actually, you could argue, one of the faces of the project. He's one of the leaders of the group right now, and he's an excellent leader, in my opinion, because yeah, he leads by example. He can be vocal too, stands up for his teammates and all that. But the reason I don't see Chelsea selling him, the asking price would be too much for PSG. I don't think they pay that for a midfielder. Um, and I don't think Chelsea are looking to sell him either. I don't think so. This kid, I know a lot of people, some Chelsea fans don't like him, but I think he's an excellent player. I've had people say he's slow for the Premier League. And I asked them, how about Cesc Fabregas? How about the former Tottenham player that has excellent, delicious touch in Dimitrov Babatov? How quick were those players? Not that quick. Yeah, his strength lies in his vision. And forget about how Enzo Maresca profiled him. He's better utilized when he plays in a deeper position, because his strength is again, his vision is his strongest tool, which means that the more he sees, the more effective it be. I get it. The closer he operates to the final third, he'd get you goals, probably get you more assists, because he has that vision. He's so good at beating the press. In most cases, actually, I've talked about this before, but he's a player that I love to talk about. He's so good at beating the press that he doesn't need a first touch to beat the press. He's capable of. Again, he's almost always aware of his surroundings. That before the ball gets to him, he already knows what he wants to do to it, and do with it, and that's why sometimes you just see boom with one touch he creates a chance. Maybe not directly, but finds the player that's closest to the final third, who will in turn create the chance for us to get a goal. He is that good, and the club knows that, the manager knows it, and I'm sure Rosenior will want to keep him. And I think what we saw against Arsenal, I think Rosenior probably would get the best out of him. He might not get as many goals as he'd get under Enzo Maresca, but he'd be more effective in terms of participate. You could say he'd be more effective in terms of his overall play contribution to the team's success, in my opinion. But let's see, Victor Ade. Nice to see you, Kugbadu. Enzo is locked down to a 5-year contract, so he wouldn't be cheap. And I don't think we're looking to sell him. I know you. I remember you don't like him, God of Frogs. I do remember you don't like him. I think Caicedo is the player PSG would do better with. Enzo, does he improve them? I think a lot. Yeah, he's excellent at beating the press. He might not be the best dribbler in the world, but he reads the game so well. Sometimes he can use just a single touch to beat 5 players. He's that good. And I think PSG will take him in a heartbeat over Caicedo, knowing Luis Enrique. Just the way I was telling people at the time when the news emerged that PSG are interested in signing Victor Osimhen. I told people, as good as Victor Osimhen is, he's not Luis Enrique's type of number 9. And that's not to say he's a bad player. I get repeating myself there, but you get the gist. Fake news on Enzo. I do believe it's fake news. Because I mean, it makes sense to a lot of people when the reports. Some of the reports had something to the effect of, given the departure of Enzo Maresca and how good the player was with him when he was Chelsea's manager, that he isn't happy that the Argentine international is weighing up his future, blah, blah, blah. It's absolute husband. These guys, some of them earn a living on X. So that's why they push these things and they make it make sense. And to a lot of Chelsea fans, it makes sense. And I'm not sure what else to say about that. PSG midfield is pretty creative, as is. I think they lack the quality DM more than anything else. Here's the thing: I understand where you're coming from, but they don't have, you could say, any deep line playmaker that I'd say would measure Enzo Fernandez in terms of vision. As good as they are, they take him in a heartbeat. But probably this is just fake news. Enzo is always in the news. Let's play again. Yeah, the speculation, no mind. Yeah, I don't care really. Big up, Ibro, my bro. Don't wanna, yeah, Kiki. Always nice to see you, bro. I appreciate you finding time to join the conversation this particular evening. It is 5:28 p.m. CST, and here we're on looking to sell. But if the bid comes in, he will be gone, and we're not even gonna accept the bid for the sake of it. It has to be something not even ridiculous. It has to be something redonkulous for Chelsea to say, okay, you know what, bring it. We'll listen. Something redonkulous, which I don't think anybody will do. It has to be something redonkulous, and I'm not kidding you. But I think this is absolute nonsense. This is not the first time. I don't mind the answer, to be honest. You've probably mistaken my annoyance with Caicedo, who I admit changed the tune, but most of it was due to the fanboys annoying me. Possibly, I might have mixed things up, but I do think you weren't happy that Gallagher was leaving. I could be wrong. Yeah, but thank you for correcting me. I don't like misquoting people. I mean, Vitinha and Jao Neves are extremely good, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, from a deeper position, he's much better. And he's much better at actually shielding the ball than those guys, in my opinion. But chances are, because I love him, chances are you could say I'm kind of biased. The report may not be accurate, but the reality is no player is untouchable. Players come, players go. Managers come, managers go. Even owners come, owners go. The entity Chelsea remain. Yeah. All right, let's see. It would have to be 120 million. 120 million, they're not going to take it. We paid 105. You sound like you don't know our current owners. 1 second. So it have to be something redonkulous with that. Don't think PSG. I don't think they do that. Yeah, reasonable won't work. Our current owners, given the importance of Enzo Fernandez to the squad, and the fact they know his value, he's practically, you can say, he's one of the faces of the project. But I'm happy that we have the captain of the community in Constantine Dunty on the panel. Then I'm going to have you speak on this matter while I take care of something quickly, if you don't mind. But thank you. I do hope you're doing well.
Yeah, big up, coach. Go take care of the kids quickly. Big up everyone as well. Yeah, look, obviously it's just a rumor. I mean, it's that time of the year, so some rumors will go around like this. So I don't see Enzo Fernandez wanting to leave right now. So I don't think it's an issue really at the end of the season. Now it depends how we go, depends how we finish, what we do. Even then, I still see him staying. I think he's been there from the start. I think he'll probably want to see it through. Still quite young, so he might want to see it through a little bit more. He knows what the project is. He knows when that'll take in full effect. So, uh, you know, probably in a couple of years, though, maybe 2-3 years, yeah, he probably will leave if we're not where we need to be. But for a couple of years at least, I don't see him leaving. And like someone was saying there, yeah, he's tied down, long contract. If anyone really wants to take him, well, they're going to have to pay quite a lot of money, more than we bought him for, that's for sure. So probably quite a lot more. The way the prices are, if we see anything how the prices went this summer, well, those are probably the type of amount it will probably take to take him away from us. So yeah, look, I don't think he goes nowhere. is important in our system. Of course, he would fit in there. Of course, I saw you guys talking about that. Yeah, he would definitely fit in at PSG. He's quality player, ball possession, passing the ball around quickly, moving the ball quickly, one touch passing. With that midfield they have, yeah, it would work really well. But not worried about that right now. I'm sure he'll be here for a long time, and I think we'll win a lot more together.
Yeah, I agree, and he knows that. And I think I don't know. I wasn't listening. Do you believe these reports?
No, no, it's just rumors. I mean, they can have an interest. They probably do. They have interest of anyone that's good PSG, but it's just rumors. That time of the year, it's January, so these
Yeah,
reports
and
will come
plus
now.
you can say there's something that happened that makes it believable because yeah, we're in a you can argue in mini crisis at the moment. It depends on who you ask.
Well, that's why they would something like this. So yeah, no, I don't think it has no legs, to be honest. No, I don't. I think it's just a bit of a rumor. That's all for now.
Yeah, I don't think it does too. And Tai says the only way Enzo really leaves is if he puts in a transfer request, but not likely. I don't think he does that. I think he loves the club. He's proven that even more than the so-called, you could say Chelsea through and through a profit shows. But I don't want to get into that. His thing, I've said it before. They just exploiting the current situation at our club. That's how I see it. I just hope. Um,
Coach having trouble with the kids. Yeah, just hope nobody kicks a stink. It would be horrible to look for us if the Carrot captain did that. No, well, he's not the captain. Reece James is the captain, but yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes he's our vice captain, so uh, yeah, but I don't see that happening. No, he's here from the start. He was here from the start. He's the original guy. I think he'll want to see this project through at least minimum for another couple of years. After that, if we're doing really badly, maybe, but if we're doing well, then he'll probably still be staying.
More likes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go a long way. Once again, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. But we have just 8 likes and we have 39 people following the show on YouTube. So we should have at least, at least, let's say close to 20 likes. But let's get the likes up, people. And let's see. I just hope nobody kicks up a stink. It would be a horrible look for us if our current captain did that. I don't think he'd do that. And I think even if he's unhappy for maybe the fact that Enzo Maresca left, I think the club will find a way to, you could say, dial things down. And these things happen. And I'm happy. There was something that Rosenior said during one of his first interviews that something that is that it's yeah that every time a manager leaves, players don't usually like it. He acknowledges that, which means he didn't come and then try to get them to just forget Enzo Maresca like that. I think if he does that, that will make life a lot more difficult for him. But if he acknowledges, yeah, it's a sad time for some of them who loves Enzo Maresca, no need to even be that as specific as I'm being right now. I think it's a human thing for them to say, yeah, okay, the fact that he respects how we feel about the departure of our manager, I think subconsciously they start warming up to him. And he said that they're warming up to him. He just needs a result because results will go a long way for him. And I think results will come because, yeah, I like how quickly he reacts to situation from what we've seen so far. That made me happy. But let's see. We can only sell from even for 160. I don't think they will. They understand. I get it. When you talk to some Chelsea fans, they tell you they're just here to flip players. They buy plenty of players, and anyone that stands out stays. You have to force yourself out before they let you go. And even if you're forcing yourself out, it takes a lot for them to say, okay, you know what? Yeah, okay, bye. 160 for them, not it's cheap. And remember, they were hearing that they will make their you can say interest official in the summer, and by the time summer comes around, that be after the World Cup. So the value goes up even more. And I'm quite sure he will give a very good account of himself during the World Cup. Let's see. As John Cena said, he is here for a good time. Not a long time. Possibly. Let's talk about Estevao. We'll get to that in a bit. That boy is priceless. He is. I don't think. I think Chelsea will find a way to extend his contract as soon as possible. Because yeah, he would. Let's say 2, 3. It would take 2, 3 years for him to reach his peak in terms of get close to the level we know that he can actually reach. And I think before that time, Chelsea will find a way to extend his contract even further because they wouldn't want to risk it. All clubs are paying attention now. And Estevao can be an elite player if he's surrounded with the right type of people. But sorry to be doom and gloom, I don't think he has the right coach and people around him. That you're entitled to your opinion. In my opinion, he's at the right place and he knows it. Why do you think he chose Chelsea in the first place? He's gradually becoming a regular right now. Esteban on the right, Garnacho on the left is what I want our main starting wingers to be. Everybody again, they all have what they can offer, what makes them unique. You can say to some extent, some of them complement each other. I don't like the Estevao is getting unnecessary yellow cards. That's why he's a kid, and a kid will always be a kid. Okay, Bobby, we're still on the. But thank you for joining us on the panel. I do hope you're doing well. I know it's very late for you. We're still discussing news. Once we catch up with all the news items, we'll go talk about the Arsenal game. I'm quite sure you've been listening. Your thoughts on the Enzo Fernandez news? For me, it's absolute house dog. I don't know about you.
Well, exactly. Whenever Chelsea get into these situations that they find themselves, the vultures start spreading rumors. It's not practical. He is a foundational member of this project. He's one of the players that the project is built on. I think Rosenior showed that the way he used him in midfield, and to be fair to him, he played very well against Arsenal. But no, Enzo Fernandez is not he's not on any kind of sale consideration or anything. He's a long term uh, uh, player. Um, yeah, I mean we're gonna get this. You know, the sporting directors made a colossal mistake in the summer transfer window. You know, slightly they were trying to be clever because of the European sanctions as well as the second tier of the PSR and keeping us compliant to both. But you know, they really fumbled the bag and sent us backwards. I was just on Chelsea Dan's platform and I was pointing this out that you know the what's peed off a lot of Chelsea fans is the fact that we've gone backwards and gone back to this perpetual state of development when we had an opportunity to go forwards. You know, we can't keep being that developing club. There's got to be a time where you develop. And this was an opportunity for us to bring in winning players instead of further trainee footballers and playing around with this unnecessary injury situation. You know, if I may quote Matisse on a stream that was on X, where he was saying everybody's sick of it. You know, every time we play Arsenal, they're full strength, and we always have something. So and so is suspended. So and so is injured. Everybody's tired of this shit. You know, you all know my feelings about the wingers the sporting directors purchased, and I think even they themselves are beginning to see that they made a mistake. But will they rectify the mistake? That's the question. Um, let's see what happens. I feel a bit sorry for Rosinia. I know we're going to get into that because he has a bit of a mountain to climb. It's only time that will tell whether he's able to keep the fans calm. But you know, the game against Brentford's not going to be easy. You know, with the lack of physicality, the weakness throughout the squad, inability to deal with tough guys, big guys when it comes to long throws and set pieces. It's not a short-term fix at all. You know, I have a few ideas for January, but will they follow those ideas? Time will tell. They've made space in the squad. If we're talking news, with Bonanote going, so maybe that's a good sign that they're looking to bring somebody in. But honestly, anybody that's coming into Chelsea now has to be a winner. And he has to have some physicality as well as technicality. It's just the reality. You know, this is the Premier League. You fight for the right to play football. You don't just turn up and play. You know, look at Arsenal, look at Man City. They have the fighters there that give them the right to showcase their technicality. That's what this league is about. And you try and hoodwink, everybody into all these dainty little players running around and getting bullied and bashed up all over the place. You're going to lose matches and key matches for that matter. Be interesting to see what happens this transfer window. And Rosenior, I feel for him a bit. I really do, because he has to do a Thomas Tuchel to appease the fans, and only time will tell whether he's capable of doing that. Because Thomas Tuchel had the players to do it. This guy has children, so be interesting.
Correct. Thank you for that contribution, Bobby. I appreciate that. I think it makes sense to transition into the transfer talk right now. I can't quite find the news that broke that. Yeah, I don't think whether to say they were definitely going to sign. Whether it suggests that we're definitely going to sign a defender, a centre back this window, or whether we will look to see if we can find a good one this window. But I think the multiple reports I've seen suggest that, yeah, we're looking to sign one. I don't know whether one or two this window. And Dante, I heard you guys discuss this particular topic on Tabehu's YouTube channel. Let me hear from you. What's been said?
Yeah, look, obviously, it's my opinion and quite a few other people, obviously, that we probably need a bit of an overhaul in that centre back position. So, players like Disasi, which probably will be gone now in January, Badishil, this is his third year now coming to, his third season, hasn't really improved. He's probably got to the end of the season to see if he can stay or not. But big question mark there if he can or not.
See if he can blooming stay fit. The guy's never
Yeah,
fit.
exactly. He's always injured when the time comes. But yeah, so he's definitely
Who's
there.
always injured?
Badishil's always injured when it's
Oh
transfer
yeah,
time.
once the transfer window comes around, you can argue that's probably the reason why we haven't sold them.
Could be. Look, we've seen that they do like to give players at least a couple of years, 2-3 seasons. Defenders, they develop. They're a
And
bit
he's
slow
still
on
on the
injuries.
young side, right? How old is he
Yeah,
now?
yeah. So, and defenders usually get a bit more time. Just in reality, always they get a bit more time. So, I think that extra year, I think this is it. He's got these last 6 months now to the end of the season. If he doesn't do, I think he's probably gone as well. Like I said, him, Disasi, Tossin is another one. He played good last time he played, so it looked like the old Tossin was winning everything in the air. Pretty good passing, so he looked much better. So hopefully he's okay. He can probably stay as a squad player. He's a leader. He's part of that leadership group there, so he's very good in the dressing room. He's a professional, sets good standards. So he can be important, but he is pure profit basically. So it could be another one. If it means if we need bringing in a better defender, then if we need to sell him, well, it is what it is. So pretty much, like I said, those three players probably need to go out now. Sa will be coming back at the end of the season. Maybe a
Yeah, because yeah, you
surprise.
can argue when we discuss winners and losers, we talked about him because he was one of Rosinha's most important players given his
Yeah,
average at Strasbourg, and he's a kid, but my goodness, he's an excellent defender. He's a good box defender too. And look how well he did when Koulibaly, did he get
yes,
injured? I think he got injured also. Or
15th
was it
minute. Yeah,
Cadet
yeah,
for
15th
Senegal?
minute. Yeah, for
The
Senegal, he
kid
came off.
came in and was able to deal with the physicality of was it uh, um, Egypt, right?
Egypt, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, he did really, really well, and Chelsea fans were paying attention. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he'll come in. Don't be. There could be a little surprise. He might come in January, end of the tournament. You never know. Rosenior might say, "Well, I want him now, not the end of the season," and I wouldn't be surprised at that. But most likely, he stays and continues there. But don't be surprised if that is because, like you said, he's one of the first players on the team sheet for Rosenior in that center back position, that middle of the back three or the right hand side. He's a ball playing defender as well. So he's like, yeah, like I said, he was very important for a senior, the way they played. So he'll come in, and next season I think he'll be involved quite heavily, because if Rosenior's here, he'll be involved quite a lot. So that's one there. Obviously, Anselmino, we'll see what happens there. I still think we need one more, and a more experienced defender. I'm not talking about an older guy. I'm talking about 25, just beginning to sort of come up to his into his prime. So something like that, like I keep saying, like a Schlotterback, which I like from Dortmund a lot. Left-footed, can play with his right a bit, but left-footed, predominantly strong, tall, physical, and very fast. Prototypical defender, modern defender, perfect for our system as well. And he can play that left centre back role while Levi, because now Levi will be coming back, but we don't know what Levi we're getting back. It might take him a while, might take him some time to come back. It's a bad injury, the one he had. He's young, so he should be all
There's no
right.
guarantee he comes back the same immediately. He might need to play a few games.
Yeah. Some players can take a whole year, some even more. Some can take less. But that injury, it's not an easy one. So he might take a bit to get back into it. Now he's got age on his side. He's very young, so he can recover quickly. He might be okay. But let's not forget, he wasn't very good for us till the last 3-4 months before he got injured. He wasn't, and then he all of a sudden took another step up, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden
he
became a
peaked
really good
before.
defender.
Peaked really, really good before he got injured.
Exactly. So, but before that, there was a lot of question marks. His IQ, his positioning, a lot of question marks. But
Shielding
then
the ball.
all sorts, everything. Positioning was always wrong. He always kept keeping everyone on side. So it wasn't good signs, and I was quite critical of him. But the last 3 months before he got injured, he stepped up, and he really, basically, from the club or throughout the Club World Cup, and then really, really, really strong. He was very good. So yeah, look, we don't know what he's getting back. So I wouldn't mind still having another defender there, another one that can come in and fill that position very easily, and have a bit of more experience, a bit more height, a bit more physicality, a bit more speed. Yeah, I think we need to overhaul that position and bring in another one on top of Sa, 100%.
All right, let me catch up with a bit of what we have in the chat, Dante. Then I'll come back to you. I'm gonna ask you a small question about Sa, because I don't know how good he's really. I know he's excellent on the ball. You could say ice cold on the ball, just like Andreas Christensen, in my opinion. But that kid, he has that is the heart of a man. I see why Rosenior is married. I see why Rosenior is married. He's a sweet talker, knows how to flatter people vulnerable to his kryptonite. Wow, Heston. I've always known that he speaks well, but up close, I'm learning a lot more. But yeah, not a bad thing. He's able to communicate his points effectively. I put the house on them doing all they can do to get Badiashile out. Probably because it's ridiculous now. But we don't know. The South Sister Allen Badiashile, Sanchez, Jorgens, and maybe Tosin, we need to do a clear out of players that they brought in. It's not a good look. Tosin doesn't cost them a lot in terms of salary. They might want to keep him because he's one of the leaders in the dressing room. We've heard. Mod Mana, I'm not going to be reading the AI comments. I just hope we can see some big chances in the model, changes in the model. If this is an all-out, or if this is all about making money, then struggling to compete isn't going to be how you make that money. Can I say this? I think this is the most sensible I've ever heard you speak. I'm
Wow,
not
yeah.
kidding.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
100%.
Dante, you know God of Frogs very well.
Yeah, I've seen him before, and he's been here a while ago. He started
This
coming back.
is the most sensible.
Yeah.
My word. I can't believe it. It actually deserves some fireworks. I'm
I,
not
sh- I,
joking.
I should clip
This
that and put
is
it on X, and let's see what a lot of his
yeah,
mates would
exactly.
say.
Probably if he goes back to Minara's channel, they're gonna send him away saying he's become too positive to their liking.
Exactly. The
This is
mineral crew
freaking
won't be happy
is
going
that
on.
you? I'm sorry. He's laughing at himself too. My world, where unbelievable. Here's the thing. I'm gonna give you your fireworks too. But that is shocking. That's freaking unbelievable. That's the most sensible I've ever heard you talk about. Like something that wow. This is ours. It is ours fireworks. Really. I, I cannot believe it. I just can't believe it. But it's okay. I think sometimes when we're angry in the moment we do talk senselessly, honestly. But yeah, that's the most sensible thing. Flip. They need results to make that money. A lot of people talk about build that strong core of good players and bet in talented guys like Pendas, Esteva, etc. I think they would do that really well. That has always been the plan. Mamadou Sarr is a delightful player, so good to watch. I would love Schlotterberg, but I don't know how likely he is such a breath of fresh air to watch. I think if we go for Schlotterberg, Dortmund might request that they sign Anselmino on a permanent maybe.
Well, we've got a bit of a a dangling little carrot there for them to help as well. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, we do have a good relationship with them. Yeah, and my bro Ebro says that I don't think we're making moves this window. Step one, recall Nickel Jackson. Step two, sell Lavia. Lavia isn't gonna be sold. He's still very very young, and when you're that young, clubs give you time. Yeah, he's constantly injured. Three. What do we do with João Pedro? I think he will adapt eventually. Remember the fact that he's played. You could say he's been utilized in different ways, and I don't think that fact has helped because he's reaching Bakayaka's test in my opinion. No, I think he has a lot of you could say. He has a lot of for good performances in the bank, and
Come
that
on,
still
Ibra.
counts.
You
And
can't
it's
say
still
he's
too early.
Bakayoko. That's very
Yeah,
disrespectful to him. I mean, he's one of our top scorers, eight,
yeah, he is.
whatever.
With
So
good assists too.
yeah, so no, he's still a very, very good player. Don't compare him to Bakayoko, who did absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I have okay, I have you covered, Coach. Dante will educate you and I will entertain you with the style of video. So okay, you're working on it, get it done, Ty, get it done. I think he's a serious winner. I think he comes back. I'm not bullying I'm not bullying you, and you know that. My bro, Ebro, I've said hello to you. And Vic here, I got it from just Vic, go back where you came back from. I have a show to host. Don't come and distract me. Honestly, don't do that. Thank you. You have everybody's back, yeah? Yes, Kachila needs to be careful. I am watching him closely. How are you doing, Vic? I do hope you're doing well. Who's gonna buy him if he's always injured? That's the thing, also. Yeah, more importantly, you don't sell an injured player. Schlotterberg with Anselmino going the other way, maybe. Honest, I just want us to look at Premier League series better if we can find some. Any in the Premier League like you like, Dante? I am a huge fan of Van Heeke and Murillo. I like Murillo really, really well. Nottingham Forest, right? Lavia is virtually younger than you. Yep, way too young to give up. No, they're not going to give up on him. Not after finding a solution to Rees-James's situation. And given how much we bought Lavia for, he's one player. The moment he starts playing, he's going to be one of the best in the whole world. Um, But so Dante, you're saying, I don't know if you've answered that question. Bobby, you can always interject given the topic if you want to. Dante, I don't know if you answered the question whether would certainly sign in CBs this window. It looks like it because it looks like they probably must have looked back and seen that a lot of the issues we've had in terms of losses down to our centre backs now being up to the level.
I don't think we're gonna buy one. It's too difficult to buy one now. You're not gonna get anyone that you want. You have to way overpay, and I just don't think it's
You
easy
don't
to
think
do
we're gonna
right
do
now.
one this window?
No, that's why I said don't be surprised. Sa might come. He
Recalled?
might, yeah, he might get recalled. Rosenior might say, "Look, I want him now, not in 6 months." And you know that Chelsea, they will do that if he does call for him, because, like I said, he's the most important player. Was one of his key players at Strasbourg. So don't be surprised if that happens. Obviously, Strasbourg wouldn't be too happy, but I don't think they have too much to say. Obviously, they're going to lose him in 6 months anyway. So um, they've got other defenders that can play, so that's not a problem. I think if that could be the case, he might come in. I don't see us buying a centre back because there's nothing really available right now in January to go to buy a centre back. I think it'd be very hard. Maguire is the only other one, maybe, but it depends what he wants, where he wants to go as well. It's good that we want these defenders, but these defenders want to have to come to Chelsea as well, so that's also part of it. So
They did sound, but if you listen to Fabrizio Romano, he didn't sound as if certainly we're going for one.
no,
Um,
no, he didn't.
if
No,
anything, he just, you could say, made it clear that, yeah, we're definitely signing the defender. It might not happen now, but I think if we see the opportunity, we do now because better safe than late.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. If there's
uh,
an opportunity there, but that's what I said. It's extremely hard to get most of the targets they probably have in mind. Be very hard to get now in January, and the other teams wouldn't want to let him go anyways. That's the problem.
mhm. And just before I do this, let me read what we have here. Football has changed. We cannot find a Cahill these days. They're rare. Usually, what you see, this is a lot of ball playing center backs. A lot of them, and like you say, doesn't operate in a traditional manner. They're rare. Guehi is more of a traditional CB. Chalobah to that extent, but changing to a ball playing defender now, given the way we play, there aren't too many of them really. Van
Actually, yeah,
Heeke will not extend his contract at Brighton. The defender received several offers, but he was looking for a new step in his career. Sources
yeah.
confirmed 6 months ago, so he still hasn't extended.
He's a good player
Probably,
too.
I don't. Do I think we'll go for him? We'll talk about names being mentioned right now. Hear
Yeah,
me out, guys. Another Brighton player.
that's
we,
right.
we
Yeah.
heard that. Go ahead, Dante. You were saying something.
Yeah, the Brighton link is there. That is a possibility. That one.
Oh, is that one of them?
Van Heck. Well, he's a very good young player. Yes, ball playing, strong, physical, tall. He's a very good young player. Yeah. So
And in
he's a good.
honesty, signings from Brighton, they haven't really failed us.
No, they haven't. So
They haven't.
he's been there for a while for Brighton, a little bit, not a while, but he's been there a couple of years. He's very good. He's
And
solid.
as I've always told people, you shop at a certain store and you always go back there because you get good products there.
Till it doesn't do well, yeah, you do. You always go back. So yeah, he's definitely another option. Just the other thing I wanted to add, Shalaba could be another one of those defenders that we do let go in the summer. I know, because one, pure profit, but two, if we buy and Sa comes in and another one comes in, if we buy, I'll be. It's pretty hard for me to see him play to be a starter, and he might not want to stay unless if he's a starter. If he stays as a squad player, then probably that'll be great because he'll be great for that. But he might be one that's another one that might be moved on. He's not really a ball playing defender. That's not his strength. He's playing now because he's playing. But you saw, unfortunately, the old Shalaba came back the last few games, making mistakes and not playing very well. So yeah, look, I think he's another one. So that's for four basically defenders. That's why I think we're going to have an overhaul of that position in the summer.
Mhm. All right, let's talk about one of the names. And this is Vince talking about one of them. Plays for Como on the Cesc of Fabregas on loan from Real Madrid. Is that the case?
No, he's not.
Jacobo, Ramon.
No, he went there on permanent. I'm pretty sure he's not on loan there.
He went well on a permanent. Okay, they signed him on a permanent now, right?
Como have him, yes, yes.
Okay, so this reads. This is Vince. Let's see, Vince educating people on the lad. He says that the first time I watched Jacobo Ramon was his first Serie A game against Lazio in August. I was like, who's this kid? To be honest, I haven't heard his name before that day. I had to I had to tweet about him and followed him since. And every time I watched him. Okay, he looked better. It keeps improving. I watch a lot of football, and not every time I watch the player, I haven't come across and feel he's worth my time. Is it that good? Let's just stop there. Is it that, because this is Vince's opinion? Is it that good, Dante?
Look, he's very tall. He's pretty strong, but he is not that fast. He is a ball playing defender, though. That's one of his strengths. Very, very, very good at ball playing, but not really a defender. It doesn't defend as well. Even though he's very tall, he doesn't win many duels in the air. He's not that very good. Uh, he's still not quite strong enough. Probably maybe in 2-3 years he'll be stronger. He might be better, but he's one of those ball playing defenders that looks like a defender, but really doesn't do the defending part as much. Likes to play with the ball a lot
Just,
more.
just you can say part
I
of the
think
defensive line to pass the ball.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah. That they use him for that. Sex uses him for that a lot. Um, Real Madrid let him go. He will, because, like I said, he's very tall, very skinny. He's put a bit of weight on, but he still needs that strength. And yeah, I don't think he would do well in the Premier League, in my opinion. The
I think
slower
this is
pace,
not
no, I don't think he would do well at all.
as
Go ahead,
simple
Bobby.
as I think this is not as simple as we are suggesting it is. This is not a direct issue with personnel, and this is also where I feel a bit for Liam Rosenior because he has to hit the ground running, and the jury's still out on his coaching staff. I don't think it's any coincidence that the departure of Willie Caballero and leaving Robert Sanchez alone with Rogers,
Robert, Roberts, yeah.
Roberts, has seen him back to flapping and faffing and not being able to collect the ball crosses from the air that he was doing when Caballero was around. I don't trust Ben Roberts. I think he's supervised the worst of Robert Sanchez, and Caballero actually managed to bring out some decent goalkeeper in him. So I think the training, the backroom staff needs to be looked at. Yeah, we have a set piece coach, but it's quite clear that the set piece coach needs assistance. So I'm not sure that backroom staff, I mean, maybe I'm being grossly unfair to them, but I'm not sure they are enough. A team like Chelsea, you need somebody that has been there, seen it, done it. I've noticed quite poignantly the way Man United with Michael Carrick have added our Steve Holland to their coaching team. Steve Holland is an excellent number two. Was not only in the youth system at
He,
Chelsea,
he
but
walked
was
on down Toledo too, right?
yeah, he was at our number two many a time through all the managerial changes that Roman was making, and was very responsible for a lot of the sustained success. So we need somebody in there. Yes, I'm glad they maintained um, what's the name of the guy from the under 21s. I'm glad he's there because at least he understands our youth setup. But I,
McFarlane.
McFarlane, but I still think John Terry should be promoted to the first
Here's
team.
something we need to talk about here, Bobby.
Sorry.
Terry wants to become a manager. The question is, would he want to be Rosenior's second? And the
Well,
chances are he
um,
reached out and he said no.
I,
You know,
I was
he
I
doesn't
was
look
going
like the
to
sort of individual that if
no
the opportunity. you could say, present itself at Chelsea for
I
him to be
was
an assistant manager, he'd
I
take it
was
because
going to
he
come to
did
that.
that at Aston Villa and probably feels like he's ready for the
I
job.
was going to come to that before I
Okay,
dovetail into
okay, I apologize.
personnel.
You know, I like cutting
Um,
people.
the whole coaching staff is something that the jury's still out, and I would like to see John Terry come
Bobby,
in.
just one
You
second,
see,
quickly. Just 1 second, Bobby. The poll that asks a question, bring back Antonio Riga because some rumors are suggesting that we're looking at bringing him back to 50-50. Wow.
that's not going to happen. But
Probably not going to happen for
it's
multitude
not
of reasons. I think he will take the Saudi money, and I think he'll get the opportunity to get there. Go ahead, Bobby.
exactly.
Sorry.
Now, the issue of John Terry is an interesting one, and nobody has asked the question: why is it after all this time, John Terry has not taken a big job, or they haven't given John Terry a big job? I think John Terry is being haunted by the whole issue with Anton Ferdinand. I think that Anton Ferdinand debacle is what is making people a bit hesitant to take him on. Now, it's done and dusted. He wasn't but found guilty, but mud sticks.
I mean, it's a serious
And
dent.
yeah, mud sticks. And I think that's what has made him a little shy of being a first team coach. Now at Chelsea, he's comfortable. Chelsea is welcomed. He's an icon. But even at Chelsea, he's sort of taking on responsibilities at somewhat the lower rungs of football. I don't think John Terry would refuse being asked to join Liam Rosenior's coaching staff. I don't think so at all. He has the passion, he has the background, and he would help organize the defense as he helped when he was at Aston Villa. But for some reason, nobody has
Who
thought
was his
of.
boss at the time?
Sorry.
Who was his boss at Villa at the time? I can't remember his name. They
Um,
did well one
uh,
season.
they did for a while, but I don't think anybody has really thought of him along those lines because of the whole Ferdinand thing. And Chelsea at the moment are trying to sort themselves out again. They don't need to walk into any kind of scandal or any kind of undue press, which they will do. They like to target Chelsea. Now, coming to personnel, all these defenders and that, I can't see it this January. Just like Dante said, it's not an easy time to get the kind of quality that Chelsea need. And one thing Chelsea should not do is go and buy another trainee player and put in the first team like Jamie Gittins. It's just not going. It's going to wind people up something rotten because he's not going to be able to cut the mustard. We need a winner. We need them to go and maybe pick up an Anton Semenya. I know there were wages and all that. But that's the kind of player Chelsea need to get now. Alternatively, if we're looking at the loan market, I've said this time and time again. Go and pick up uh uh um gosh, what's his name? Uh Ivan Tony. 6-month loan. Bring him. He'll be incentivized to try and get on the plane to the World Cup. He will teach these people like Liam Delap about goal scoring, and he will bring that maturity and stability and physicality to the attack. That's the kind of loan that we should be looking to do to alter. I'm not saying we shouldn't abandon our project. It's a good project, but alter it, bring in some quality with it, because honestly, in summer they took us backwards, and we're suffering for it now. So, and there's an opportunity to maybe fix that a bit. And Ivan Tony, I don't know what they can do about the defense. I think it's not a personnel issue. I think it's a coaching issue because after a while, Maresca got that defense keeping clean sheets. Willie Caballero got Sanchez plucking balls from the air. So, something went missing. The defense has gone missing a little bit. And I think it's down to the coaching personnel. But yet again, it took Maresca a little bit of time to get that sorted. And Rosenior is going to need time. But, he hasn't got time. As we've said, he needs to do a Thomas Tuchel. And just before I drop, I listened to a very interesting podcast with Jorginho, and he was talking about Tuchel, what Tuchel did when he came to Chelsea. Yes, he had the players to do it with because there was both the young and there
He
was
didn't
the
quite
old.
have the players, in all honesty.
Well, not really, but there was a mix of mature and youth. The
A good
Chelsea had a
balance.
lot of young. Yeah, there was that, but there are people like Rudiger there. There are people like Jorginho there. There was even Thiago Silva. So he had people that would help your Mason Mount.
And Dante, can you still hear Bobby?
Yes, yes, I can hear him. Yes.
Can you hear me?
No, but that's fine. Dante says he
Oh,
can hear you, so it's my end.
okay.
But I can hear you now.
So I mean, basically, that's it. You need to sort out the coaching, and because Rosinia doesn't really have much time, and he's in a battle to win games and take him through to the summer where he can really stretch his legs, as it were. He's got to keep things simple, and he's got to just make sure that he manages to get a tune out of these youngsters to the point where they're winning games. To be fair to him, what I saw against Arsenal in his pattern of play was very effective. But sadly, he didn't have the personnel to execute it to any real effect.
All right, thank you, Bobby. Once again, I appreciate you. It's not easy. It's really, really late on your side. No, Lavia will make it back to the pitch until March, April. I thought, no, he's already training. He just hasn't started training with the squad, according to the manager. The proximity and the possibility of Brighton signings can work. I agree. Chalobah is not going, he ain't going anywhere. He might, it's a huge possibility. I'd say 70, you could say 60 to 40 at this point. He actually could go. But maybe not
Calabar's
right
not
now.
going anywhere, coach. There's no
The Gray
alternative to him at the
leaving
moment.
on a free transfer. I think Gray had already made his mind long time ago that he's not coming
You,
back to Chelsea.
you only talk of Chalaba going if you're bringing in some real
Yeah, that's
quality.
the thing. Yeah. He's
There's
not going
no,
to
he's
go
not
until
going anywhere.
they're certain they're bringing in someone.
Someone, some two. You have to have
Mhm.
more than enough that will squeeze him out of the
Some
team.
too.
Yeah, you have to have more than enough that will
That's a
squeeze him
fraud.
out of the team. I know you like that sort of talk, coach. He's not going anywhere. It'll be suicide. Chelsea don't have that luxury. We're struggling as it is. He's got experience. Yeah, he's not a ball playing, yada yada yada, but he's a ball winner, and that's all you need as a defender. So that story is not really
For
anything to
but let
be
me catch up
told
with a
right
bit of what we
now.
have in the chat here before it grows too big. We're going here leaving on a free. I think
Did you
you're
mute me?
onto something with Trev going. Palace will not doubt
Coach, you
try and
muted
get
me.
him. Yeah.
Oh, I thought, you were talking over me because I thought, what's going on?
No, I
Can't you
heard
hear me?
everything you said.
All right, okay. I'll
Yeah.
shut up then.
I like Trev, but as a Man CB, yeah, he's a good squad player, and every time he's in great form, he does well. But every now and then he starts again. Yeah, Dante reminds me of Rosenio, his articulation. That yeah, he can articulate. Madrid retained 50% selling clause of Ramon and 3 unknown buyback clauses. I think Madrid will let Como sell to Chelsea. They will probably buy him back first.
Do you want me to shock you and Dante? Do
Sorry?
you want me to shock you and Dante?
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
I think we missed the trick not bringing back Conor Gallagher.
I don't think so.
I think he would have really helped us through a time like
I
this.
don't think so. He might, because yeah, his presence is something. I mean, but
And his
I don't think we
fitness
missed
is a
anything him
lot.
not coming back to Chelsea.
We missed a fit
You can watch him at
midfielder.
Tottenham play, Bobby. No problem.
Yeah,
I haven't got a choice. But
but dang it, that was disappointing.
what, him
I
going
have
to
to say.
Tottenham?
But here's the thing: I would say the same thing. I wasn't too fussed when he left, and you could say and right now, the fact that he joined Tottenham, it's disappointing, and that's it. That's all about it for me. He's gonna probably. My goodness, I think they're not gonna look back. I'm not sure, but
No, I
it's
mean it's done. It's done.
it's
But
done.
I'm
It's done.
telling you,
Yeah.
in terms of a player that will play the whole season for you, he's a fighter, and that kind of headed goal by Ben White that Arsenal did against us is unlikely to happen with him on the
But
pitch.
here's the biggest issue, Bobby.
Uh,
Gallagher wouldn't want to be a squad player,
He wouldn't
and
need to be
yeah,
at Chelsea
and
because
at
nobody
Chelsea,
else
that's
is fit.
exactly what you say. The sort of managers we've hired. You could say only probably maybe Frank Lampard, who likes to have a lot of runners on the pitch.
Coach,
Even if Thomas Tuchel remained our manager, he'd still be a squad player because
coach, we had that. We
he's not
had
the
that.
most high. He's not the most technically gifted player.
We
That's
had
the thing.
that. We had that old chestnut. Oh, he's not gonna get game time. Yeah, Lavia's gonna be there. Asuga's gonna
And
be there. Those
you get the
guys have
point, Bobby.
been.
Let's say if we want to play like Arsenal, the manager might start him to run and press the heck out of them. And do you see what Thomas Tuchel was trying to do? Convert him into a defensive midfielder. You remember that, right?
Yeah, I was one of the ones that suggested it because I think he showed he can play there.
He
He was
sometimes he
very
did well,
good there for
sometimes
us.
he lacked.
Why hasn't he made it at Atletico Madrid, Bobby?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Well,
think
and I thought that was going to be a match made in heaven, actually.
yeah, I think a lot of that was that he wanted to come back to England.
He wants to become what?
He wanted to come back to England more so than him not fitting in at
No, he
Atleti.
didn't play, Bobby.
Doesn't play much, Bobby.
He didn't play much. For a while, he didn't play until that game. It was against Real Madrid, and probably because the manager wants him to do a lot of running, just like the way I explained, Thomas Tuchel would have used him. He's an industrious player, but he's not the most technically gifted, and that's a huge minus as a midfielder.
Well, he
And if
hasn't come back to us, but
and if Simeone can't use him, and he uses a lot of those players, well,
That's a huge problem. Yeah. But he might well do well at Tottenham, but I don't think at Chelsea probably if he's not going to be more than a squad player. Even though we tried to keep him at the time, irrespective of what people are saying, we did offer him a new contract. He wanted a lot more, given the fact you say the sort of contract we offered, new signings and some players that got an extension at the time. He likes to play. No, I'm not reading that.
and Coach, just to add, Tottenham bought him because necessity, not because they want. It's necessity. They had a season-ending injury, a whole year out. Bentancur will be, a very long-term injury. So that's why they kind of just went for him, because otherwise he was probably going to Aston Villa. So they paid more.
But maybe he
Paid
didn't
more and got
trust him.
him.
Maybe he'd play a lot at Villa.
No, he'll play at Tottenham because, like I said, Bentancur is out for the season for a long-term injury, so he'll
And
still probably play.
Matisse Tell is leaving, right?
Yeah, Matisse Tell doesn't play this position anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But Bentancur, that's his position, so central midfield. So yeah, that's why they got him. It was a necessity If Bentancur didn't get injured, they wouldn't have got him.
My word, Matisse Tell. Chelsea wanted to sign him on a permanent. Actually, he didn't want to come. Mickey Van der Veer is available. I'll let that get talked about him. He's not a player I know that much. Mod Mana, I'm not reading your comment. Kuchila, I like your homeboy Calvin Bassey. He would do a job. He's actually underrated. He's calm on the ball. He's physical, Premier League experience, but probably age. How old is he right now? I do like him. I watched him closely. He's a very good player. He has good passing range on him. Can orchestrate. He can capable of orchestrating long range passes with his left foot and right foot, both. He's that good, but probably we're not looking at him. We'll see. And he's that sort of player. I'm quite sure he's not running a lot. If we call, I think he'd take it. Colin McFarlane, that was the name. So I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom and then I'll try to get to subsequent contributions in the chat. Okay, not too many. Let me just get them. Then have Dante talk about yeah. Also, Real Madrid and Liverpool are sniffing around that player. Romero is too good for Spurs to same thing with Vicario. Those guys should not extend. I think probably they'll all be living to. You can say this man, their current manager, plays hard football and we actually considered hiring him. I'm glad we didn't hire him. Really, he looks like he's out of depth at Tottenham, let alone at Chelsea. Well, the Chelsea fans will eat him alive. We should have just went for Osimhen. There was no excuse. A lot, you could say, for a lot of reasons. Profile is key because he didn't really fit the managers. You could say the type of number 9 that we know the manager would prefer to have. They weren't going to overpay for him. Club World Cup funds, they opted to spend it on João Pedro and get it. I don't think we spent them all, actually. We still have some. And Hato, yeah, a good player. I've always known he's a good player. And he's quick, very intelligent. He's actually a very good box defender because he reads the game very well, capable of cutting out passing range, reads danger, even when his teammates makes mistakes, he reads it so well. I think what was that one that he ran back and nodded it back to Jorgensen? I think it was against Manchester City. He read the game well enough, even though he wasn't playing central.
Hato has shown a lot of promise. I think he will eventually be a very good left back, and he will eventually be able to invert efficiently into midfield. But any thought of playing him as a centre back in the Premier League is futile. It's one of the
Yeah,
most
that might not work.
ridiculous
He's
things you can
actually,
ever think
I
of.
don't know if you heard me say this before, Bobby. He's actually more technically gifted than Kukurea, but Kukurea is more experienced, and Kukurea has that very unique way to apply himself on the pitch, what I call
Yeah,
the
I think
erratic approach.
I think
And
Hat,
he's capable of unsettling even the best player in the world. That erratic but effective approach of his.
I think
Um,
Hato will evolve into probably a better left back
He
than
will. He
Cucurella.
will. He's more technically gifted. He's a
Um,
better dribbler. Also good on the ball. Can pass. Can shoot. Kukurea is just more experienced and he's a more aggressive of the two players. Yeah, and I love Kukurea. You won't get those known proven players while you don't get it. Let's see. Van Dijk and Murillo is enough this summer. Get Igor, the Brazilian striker from Brentford. He's done really well, really, and he's a huge guy. Um, we won't assign Ivan Toney. He was recently arrested. We won't go after him, unfortunately. Arrested for what? I didn't hear that, really. In Saudi Arabia? Much love. I need to prepare for a meeting in 40 minutes. Go ahead, Ty. Thank you for finding the time to join the conversation. I appreciate you. Ghana Gallagher. Yeah, a lot of fans, Chelsea fans, turned on him. Hilarious that you guys are still talking about a journeyman footballer who couldn't keep his job in an inferior league with a defensive manager. That's one thing that shocked me. I thought Gallagher was going to be, you could say, I thought he was going to be, you could say, him and Simone was going to be a match made in heaven. It turns out I was wrong. Yeah. I didn't know that was going to be the case. All right, let's say, okay, we'll see. The second leg is still coming. Gallagher is a natural disaster against the Kenyan revolutionary. Who else is this? Marlon says, St. Hughes says, the way Arsenal press, the new manager was doing that with Strasbourg. He haven't done it with us yet. I think he's taken the implementation of his approach gradual. He said it. He's not here to reinvent the wheel. I think he will be strategic about it. If he do it drastically, I think it will be disastrous, honestly. And Dina Light 1800 says, check Nigeria national team defense line at AFCON. That is just what we lacked at Chelsea. They did well. Left back, right back. Not necessarily Ajayi, but yeah, Basi, he was good. Chimera, Okwibiala, Okwibiala here. But Chimera, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. My bro, I have reviewed myself. Modmana, by the way, is a robot. It's not a human being. Achampong plays like a CB and Hato plays like a left back. Yeah. Achampong, you could say, probably, I think, is stereotype. He is traditionally a right back, but because of his build, people stereotype him, or people just see him as a center back. Because yeah, he has the height, everything, and he has you could say equipped to become he's equipped to become, you could say, a very good ball playing center back. So let's see. Put some love on Garnacho. Done more. More than a celebration match in Neto. I hope this new coach sees through the false smoke and drops Neto. Neto isn't a bad player. He's just been in a bad form. I'm serious. He's not a bad player. He's just been in a bad form, and we need all of them. We need Neto. We need Garnacho, Gittins, and Gittins has shown what he's capable of doing. Garnacho needs to, you can say, find consistency, which I think he will. I loved Enzo Maresca, but I think Liam is a better man manager in my opinion. And that's my opinion anyway. You have every right to disagree. Garnacho making a lot of grown men feel very insecure. 10 GA for Garnacho, if that's what you care about. I know numbers. I love numbers too. I don't just pay attention. I don't just focus on eye test alone. And I've always told people, if he makes you happy, go check his numbers. But unfortunately, a lot of expectation, because people expect a lot from him, so it's difficult to measure the fans' expectations. But Dante, let's come back to you. I know you're well acquainted with the. And by the way, that's my friend Kalito. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. Dante, educators on the names that are being linked with a possible move to Chelsea Football Club. The defenders alone, I know there are other, you could say, reports such as Chelsea want to add a new midfielder this summer with Nottingham Forest's Elliot Anderson, one of their targets. I know you like him. Have you talked about him? I think you were you the one that said you liked him, but that's by the way, educators and the defenders being linked with a move to Chelsea, Dante.
Yeah. Like I said, that Jacobo Ramon, he's tall, not quite as strong, but very very ball orientated, very much a ball playing centre back. Not very strong in duels though, or actual defensive actions. That's not his game. He likes to just basically play, like I said. So uh, he's very specific for a certain system. I don't think, and he's much slower as well because he's very tall. So I think, yeah, for the Premier League, not my choice would be for the Premier League. I think he'll struggle with the speed, also physicality, but more the speed of the game. I think he will struggle. You're not going to get that time to play slow motion basically in the Premier League. So I don't think he would suit. But yeah, very 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 good ball playing. Ball playing. That's his main strength. He'll probably become a much better defender as he gets older. Let's not forget he's very young. So Uh, he'll probably get it with age, but now I wouldn't really sign him for the Premier League, not in my opinion. The other one, Jacquet, we haven't talked about Jeremy Jacquet from Rennes. He's the other one that Chelsea has had on their scouting list. He's the next big thing out of France as a defender. Tall, fast, good on the ball, more defensive orientated. Recoveries, winning the ball, covering ground, tackling, aerial duels. He's becoming a bit of a star in France, and for the youth team for the French as well. One of their main players. His next step is obviously for the national team for the main squad, but he'll probably be looking for a move this end of this season. While his stocks are not too high, they're high, but they're not unachievable. So I think he's an option. He's 20 years old. He's young, but he doesn't really play like Saar, very similar. Doesn't play like a 19, 20-year-old. They look a lot more mature. So, and he is strong and tall as well. So he will actually, and a lot of pace, and he'll suit the Premier League because of that. So he should do very well. But the other one, well, Schlotterbeck is the other one that's 25, I think turning 26. He'll be 26 by then, by next year. So like I said, he's the more prototypical modern defender. I think, tall, strong, quite experienced now. Even though he's 25, but he's still a lot of experience playing at Dortmund at the top level for a long time in the Bundesliga. He's got that IQ, which is when usually usually lack in one department, but he's got the IQ, which the other ones probably don't have as much. He's definitely got that really high IQ, that German heritage, defensive, heritage. I think his family is very long family that do the job as defenders. He's very, very good. He'll be my number one pick. I think we need a guy like that in there to put 25-year-old, not even close to his prime yet, but he would be good. He will be a very good addition, and he's a left footer, but can play with the right, but he's predominantly left-footed. And with Levi Colwill coming back, we don't know what Levi Colwill, how long he'll take to adjust. That would give him a bit of time to come back, adjust, fit in, and just gives us another option. And that guy's a leader as well, so that's another important thing. He's a leader at Dortmund as well. So look, those pretty much we link with sort of that guy. Like I said, the other two are young, 20-year-olds. So yeah, Guehi is obviously the other one, but we don't know if we can get him or not. Or if he wants to come, would be on a free transfer, which would be amazing. So we never know. We might go for him, but I think he's got his mind set on going to Liverpool or somewhere else. Real Madrid apparently interested now as well, maybe Barcelona. So free transfers, they're all over it, stuff like that, because they can pay wages, just not pay much money for signing, but for wages they'll pay no problem. So yeah, look, it just depends what we do. We'll have to wait and see. Bobby, you want to add anything to that? Looks like coach has disappeared.
Yeah. What you mean in terms of the purchase of a centre back?
Yeah. Did you name someone you had a preference, or you didn't name? Do you have any preference?
I didn't
Any
name
sort of player
anyone
you have in
because
mind?
I can't see it happening. I don't think there's anybody out there of the quality that's needed, and my solution comes from the coaching staff. I think there
Not
are
now. I'm talking
coaching.
about at the end of the season, because I don't know either. There's no
Oh, end
yeah,
of the
it's pretty much
season.
impossible now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, centre backs yet again. It's a hard market. Who's out there? Mark Gui is the only one I really know of. People are
Well, he's
saying
a free
bring back.
transfer, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is it possible? I don't know. People are saying bring back Rudiger. I'm not a fan of that. I think when a
No,
player
no.
has spent his time, he's spent his time, and we've seen what happened with Koulibaly. Thiago Silva was an anomaly, but even he, after a while, started showing that age. So I don't know. I think if Sa is doing what people are saying, they will stick with youth. But I don't think the personnel is the problem. I think it's the coaching. And that's why I suggested that we need to maybe add John Terry.
Let me ask you this, Bobby. Sorry, with the goalkeeper. So you're saying after one game, one bad game, everything's changed for Robert Sanchez because of one bad game.
Where did I stop hearing Bobby?
Maybe it's my system. It drips. The influence of a proper goalkeeper stroke goalkeeping coach, I think it impacted him. Plus, Liam says he's been giving him new instructions and all that. I don't see that. There's no new instructions to come out and collect the ball from across. It's just to get out and do it and have the confidence to do it. And I think the absence
And he
of
didn't do it
Willie.
except that one time. But that's what I mean. I mean, the other crosses that came in, he collected them, no problem.
And
Well,
one,
yeah,
he was
that one
pushed.
Just
time
that
he
One
one.
of
made a
the goals we
mistake, and
considered, Bobby, he was pushed, right?
He
yeah,
was
I
even
saw
pushed a
the
little
push.
bit, yeah, to be fair,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw the push, but that happens, especially in in our league, and the goalkeeper has to be strong enough to goalkeepers should be like a lethal weapon to strikers. Their box, their 18-yard area, they should come in aggressive there. You don't wait to be pushed; you do the pushing. But, okay, we give him that. But then the low cross as well, he flapped at it. Whereas I personally believe his instructions under Willie Caballero was go and collect. So it's marginal things. But yeah, I mean, it's only been one game. Let's see what happens in the next game. But it only takes one to start a rut, especially with him. Some I think we need to look for support for Ben Roberts if we're going to persist with him, and even the set piece coach. I think he needs support because quite clearly, when he's left alone to do that, we're all over the place. We
There's
don't
no
have that.
support for set piece coach Bobby. It's either him or that they don't have assistants. It's only
Well, they
one.
don't have assistants, but Enzo Maresca, to be fair to him, he had a coaching team, and his coaching team would have been supporting what was going on with the set
Here's
piece
something I
coach.
said, Bobby. I
But why
think the
doesn't Rosina
improvement,
have a
the
coaching team?
improvement we
I'm curious.
saw.
Rosinia has a coaching team, but my question
No,
is,
but he didn't.
are they good enough?
The goalkeeper trainer. The goalkeeper trainer remained. The goalkeeper trainer remained, and the set piece coach remained.
Yes, good.
Here's what I want to say, Bobby. The improvement we saw from Robert Sanchez was actually as a result of the set piece coach.
I doubt that.
Yeah. And remember, even at that, didn't we concede from two set piece situations against Leeds United, right? And
You
then
know,
against Bournemouth too.
yeah, they were.
Every game basically.
Yeah,
I
so
it,
exactly. So this is the issue isn't new. But in this case, the goalkeeping error, I get what you be to be more specific. He did his best. One of them, he was pushed. I remember there are a crowd of people in the box. Makes it difficult. You can't start pushing people down to go get to the ball. If you're busy pushing someone and someone knocks in the ball into your net, it counts as a goal because they're not going to give the
That's
foul.
where he's got to have a bit of that IQ awareness. Maybe if he reacts and flaps a bit and goes down, well, then the referee calls a foul. So, yeah, that's part of it.
But he was
But
already.
that's the
But
way
you said
Arsenal
the
do. That's why they
VAR,
get a
the inconsistency of the VAR is something of also of serious concern.
horrible.
Had they
Yeah,
looked at it the way they should, it would have been two things there. One, offside, Eucharist. Since Haaland, who was on offside on that one for Man City, was it Haaland?
Yeah, it was a clear offside,
So
coach. I have no
exactly.
idea
So
why
had
they.
they been consistent, one of those goals should have been, like I said, disallowed. And the two things in that second. It was that the second one or the first one.
That's the first one, I think, if I
Yeah,
remember right.
exactly.
I can't remember
So
exactly.
two reasons to
There's actually
actually
a third one as
disallow
well,
disallow that goal, but they didn't. They didn't do that.
and there's
But of
actually a
course,
third
it's
one.
Chelsea. It's like they're sympathizing with Arsenal for bottling it for how many seasons in a row, and really does want them to
Probably.
win stuff this season.
There's There's a third one as well. I'm not sure you guys saw it. I didn't see it quite. I saw it after. Then I did see it, but even leading up to the goal, Cucurella got clearly fouled. So when the lead up to the goal, when
Is that the
the
third
ball,
goal?
yeah, he got clearly fouled, and they didn't even look at it. But it was such a clear foul, and they took the throw in quickly, and then they scored. So that was an error there as well because that led to a goal. And then there's actually another one where when Marino came on, when he came in and tackled João Pedro, he tackled him above the knee, on the side of the knee, with his studs on his knee, on the side of his knee. I mean, that should be an automatic red card, to be honest. So yeah, there was a lot in that game. That was pretty one sided with the refereeing on some of those
No,
calls.
he didn't do well. Yeah. All right, let me catch up here. In fairness, Gaspacho done quite well. Garnacho, yeah, he's done well. Why did I even read it the way you wrote it? If Achimpong played centre back against Arsenal, he would have looked up Gyökeres. Oh, yeah, wouldn't have. Possibly, we don't know. We're speaking in hindsight right now. I'm not cussing you out, and I know you. You know, I rebuke whatever you're saying. If you're an Igbo man and cannot speak Igbo, shame on you. And Neto is the most fitted player in our front line, and he has got a lot of chances to prove himself and do more, but he lacked shooting accuracy, and he rarely crossed the ball, and that is his specialty. In recent games,
Yeah.
again, since the
Even
start of
his
the season,
ball
he's been in
control.
better form. He's actually been in better form than Cole Palmer.
I don't know. His ball
Yeah,
control has
Yeah, he
been
was.
off. He's
yeah, he
not.
has better numbers. He's been in better form than Cole Palmer. These things happen.
Mm,
Form isn't permanent.
And let's not forget the last few games he's played as that left back, left wing back, left midfield. And it's a different role for him completely. As soon as he went back to the right, this game he was much better, and he got a cup. He got an assist as well. I can't remember in this game as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, he's got the numbers. The numbers clearly show it. He just hasn't been quite good. He's struggled a bit with that role on the left hand side. I don't think he suits him that well, to be honest. It's good to see him that he went back to the right hand side and he looked way better. I think him and Esteval were very good in the game, and with
And
Garnacho as
here,
well.
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, with Garnacho, they actually played really well. They did very well. They created the chances. Only them really. That's about it. The rest, not too much.
All right. And here, Chimera says, Kachila, in your opinion, no player is a bad player. We already know that. That's why we drop facts like NATO only scoring 28 goals in 7 seasons. Here's the thing. I focus on player profile rather than condemning, saying that a professional player is bad. There are some professional players that are awful. I'll give you one that I don't like. Was the one I think is he at Newcastle right now? That I tell you, even though he's from Barcelona's La Masia, he dribbles himself. But I focus on players' profile on whether you say they suit the way a manager likes to approach the game and all that. That's why you don't hear me talk about a player being bad or not good enough. I'm not sure how else to explain that, but go away. Just leave me alone. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go a long way. 22 likes and 52 people following the show on YouTube. In total, we have 106 people, 52 on YouTube. The rest are shared between X and Facebook, but that equally Kuchila doesn't know. What else do we have? Sanchez, yeah, one of those days, but I don't. I don't think it makes sense to blame him for that one where he was shoved. He was a clear shove actually because he's already in the you can say leaped he's already off the ground and the slightest of touches that is you can say enough to like unsettle him, or for lack of a more relatable language there. Sanchez is not a world-class goalkeeper. He's going to cost us down the road, and I think there's already a plan in motion to replace him, but you don't say it. You just, what you do, you just you say you like the goalkeeper you have, because saying you don't need him, whereas he's the only option you have at the moment, you're risking him being unsettled, and you can say getting worse, or the situation getting worse down the lane. Come on, we've been through this road before. Yeah, we agree, but we're not saying. But he's made one mistake, and we can only hope that he doesn't continue that. You say making a more until the end of the season. Because I'm not sure we're signing a goalkeeper this January. Sanchez is good, especially this season, but too innocent to be number one. Okay, number one keeper for a club like Chelsea. No passion and lacks the ability to command the back line like a pro. He commands his area, his box, in terms of coming out high, orchestrating more high claims than usual, which he improves towards the end of last season, which helped us, you could say, make top four. But yeah, lack of consistency is one of his biggest problems. He can be Buffon today and tomorrow De Gea in terms of high profile errors. Let's see. Okay, thank you for joining the conversation. I appreciate you. So this one here, Chelsea want to add a new midfielder this summer with Nottingham Forest's Elliot Anderson, one of their target. If you're in the chat, let me know how much do you like him. How much do you like Elliot Anderson? Do I really think we need players in that department? But here's the word: Chelsea Football Club. Every time a good player is available and we can sign them, if we feel like that player makes us stronger or maybe better than the ones we already have within our ranks, we go for them. That's what big clubs do. Then when the time comes, if the concern is that one of them you can say one of the players we already have within our ranks will be unhappy and would want to leave, yeah, so be it. So Dante, I don't know. I was busy trying to solve my system issue. Did you talk about the names? It looks like Dante is using Walmart Wi-Fi today on 7-Eleven. It's not stable. It disconnects every second. Um, I was gonna ask. I don't know if he's spoken about the names that have been linked with the centre backs names that have been linked with the move to Chelsea. But Elliot Anderson, a good player. I need to pay attention to him a lot more to understand him. But if you're in the chat, what do you know about Elliot Anderson? How well do you know him? Is he a player that you'd like to see at Chelsea? Let us know. Chimera says, new coach failed the Badiashile and Tosin test. Any coach that utilizes these two has no future here. No. I think probably you could say he didn't have too many options. He did not have too many options, and you could say with the need to rotate, he had to see whether it worked. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. So Elliot Anderson, how well do you know him? Is he a player you would like to see at Chelsea? I don't know him well enough to argue whether we should sign him or not. Honestly, I've seen him play. Overall, he's a good player, but I like to know players, their weaknesses, their strengths. You could say how they apply themselves on the pitch overall before I talk about them. So maybe I need to do a little more research or maybe watch them a lot more. It looks like Dante is really the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi, the Walmart Wi-Fi isn't working for him today. So Hakeem, thank you for finding the time to join me on the panel. I do hope you're doing well. Your thoughts on Elliot Anderson? How well do you know him? Is he a player you'd like to see at Chelsea? We'll soon get to talking about the game in a few minutes. We'll just go on news hunting right now.
Hello, Coach. How are you? And how's everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing okay.
I can't complain. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining us on the panel.
Yeah, for Anderson, like I've been watching some games about him, but um, man, like we need better players. Like he's okay, but there are some players that um like they'll do good at some levels, but when you bring them to Chelsea, like I'm not sure like they are going to be like that. They are going to be like top game changers. When you watch player like Drewsbury, or like when he was in Chelsea, we thought you might think like he's not a good player. But then he went to Everton and he's doing madness there. But there are some players when you see them, these players are big team players. Like a player like Paqueta, like when you see him, how he plays, like how uh, like his demeanor, his aura in the game, like that he's a big, he's a big team player. But it's just unfortunate that he's found himself in West Ham. Or even when you compare players like even Mohamed Kudus, all of those players. But I don't know what this like. I don't know how these people make their recruitment. It's like there has been so many examples of hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss. And I believe this is the time that they have to make amends and trying to and get a player that we know this player is like is here to cook, not like a player that is like a try and lock or lottery. Maybe we bring him and see how he's going to. It's like you are buying these players with money. You are wasting your time on like you are buying these players with money. We bought some players. We brought some players like Ugechuku. We brought some players like Kasedi. Well, we brought some players like even like Renato Vega. We brought all of these players, and it's all like a hit and miss, hit and miss. Why not for once?
Vega isn't a miss. Vega wanted to be playing. He had, which was why he pushed to go out on loan. And by the time he returned, I think he was promised he was going to be part of the squad for Club World Cup, and the club said, "Nah, we've moved on." Vega wasn't a miss. João Felix wasn't a mix. Wasn't a miss. It's just that we signed them knowing that okay, we'll check if they're gonna work for us. We keep them. If they don't, we move them on. I don't remember a lot that I say were a miss. I think he was a deliberate
Yeah,
or they
but
were
let me
all
elaborate.
deliberate
When I say
purchases
miss,
with,
I
with,
don't mean
with the
that these
mindset
players.
that okay, if they don't make it at Chelsea, we sell them and make profits. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but when I say miss, I don't mean that like they are not
Okay, you
performing.
mean
Like
didn't work
they
out at Chelsea,
yeah,
right?
they didn't work out. It's more like that they are not comfortable with the project that they are putting in place. You understand? Like when you are buying when you are bringing some players, like we have an identity. Like, do we even have an identity? Like you guys have told us about a project. Are the players that you brought in lately, how many of them like are in line with the project? Like Vega, like this, he's a good player. I would have loved him to stay in Chelsea. Even uh, uh, Felix, I would have loved Felix to be at Chelsea. I would have loved Nkunku to be at Chelsea. But then you could tell the players that they brought in, they are not like in line with the project. And if you are bringing a player that should like you are bringing a player, you should make sure that these players are in line in the project. But right now, it's more like the kind of project that I'm seeing is like a project in a level of like a Brentford. Even the managers that we are bringing in these days, like all like it's not Chelsea like, and it's not like a big team like. I know that Chelsea, we always are the ones that start a trend and start something new, and other people start copying us. When you see Chelsea, like when it comes to spending money on players in England, like doing big things, we are the one who started it. When it comes to firing coaches, like when we know that they are not working out in England, we are the ones who are known for all of these things. Before now, other coaches, other team got to know that okay, you can do this thing and get result out of it. And now also we are starting something new, like bringing young players and they grow in the team. But then you bring in these players and they are not in line with the project, and then it's more like a cut and paste. You take them out and then you bring this, and then you try forcing to make this project work. At least relax. Like, don't complicate things. Just do the easy and the normal things. Like, it works. Even if you want to go that route, like, why not find a way? Like, you guys, you should be the most intelligent people that are in that position. You should be the best people in that position. So why do you get it wrong for how many times? For how many years have I think for 4 years or how many years has clearly been in charge of Chelsea? So when Abramovich came to Chelsea, I think it took them 2 years or 3 years for them to see changes. Manchester City, the same thing. But how come you guys, with all the money that's spending, like over a billion, like people saying over a billion, which I think, people are over exaggerating. But then with all the money, it has never happened anywhere that you spend this amount of money without seeing any results like that. So for me, I'm not in tune in bringing a player from um Forest or like this low team that are even struggling. Like unless this player is special, but this is not like a special player that I think is going to make a big change in Chelsea.
Right, thank you so much, Dante. I don't know if you've spoken about the centre backs that have been being linked with a possible move to Chelsea Football Club. I know your Walmart Wi-Fi hasn't helped.
It's not the Wi-Fi; it's your system. I couldn't get back in for some reason. It wouldn't let me back in.
Yeah. Don't start accusing me.
I'm telling you what happened. I couldn't get back in at all.
All
Couldn't get
right,
back.
go ahead.
I don't know what Bobby. If Bobby's still around, he hasn't. I haven't seen him as
No,
well
Bobby's
either. So
gone. Go ahead.
yeah. What did you want me to talk about? Defenders.
The defenders that have been linked with a move to Chelsea,
Yeah.
which of them do you prefer?
So I talked about all of them quite in detail, but the one I would prefer would be probably Schlotterbeck from Dortmund. I just think we need that type of defender, of IQ as well. DNA in defending basically in his family. So yeah, that German DNA of defending. So yeah, he's got it all. He's a prototypical defender for this day and age. The ball playing ability, strength, height, speed, absolutely everything. So he would be my number one choice. Yeah, if we can get him, that's another thing.
Schlotterbeck?
Yes, he'll be my number one option. Yes.
How about that one? Okay, the one that Vince talked about, you've talked about that. Any other names? Any other name?
No, the other one's Jacquet, Jeremy Jacquet from Rennes. Like I said, he's the next big up and coming young French defender. A lot of the big clubs are scouting him. Real Madrid, Barcelona, all the big clubs, basically everyone's after him. He's 20 years old. He's very good, very good. He's good on the ball. Probably not that good on the ball, not as perfect, but he's pretty good on the ball. But his defending numbers are very, very. They're the highest levels. His interceptions, his tackles, his aerial duels, everything else is very good. So yeah, he's built for the Premier League as well. So he would do very well in the Premier League. But that's the 20-year-old, and then Schlotterbeck would be that 25-year-old that can come in, and that's probably pretty much ready to go. So yeah, it just depends which way they go. But those are the two probably that I would go for if we need two new
All right.
defenders. But
All right, let's see what happens. All right, before you talk about Elliot Anderson, let's give me 1 second here. We can go for Silva, Benfica, very young, passionate, and a good ball playing defender, and he's technically good and very experienced at such a young age. We've been linked with a move for him like 1,000 years right now. I don't know him either. Next question. All right. The objective of the fan base and these sporting directors is completely different. Which one is the man? Which one is the main objective? Sporting directors. We want quality players, but look who they are scouting unknown players. It could easily be Coachella in disguise. Honestly, let me say this quickly. Now you, because of what you said, now I'm cursing the heck out of you. And I'm quite sure you heard that one. Heston, you understood what that means. you understood what I said. Here's the point. If City does it and it works out, they'll say, look at City, how much they paid for that player and how well he's doing. Now you're complaining that we're scouting players you don't know. Chimera, what is wrong with you? All right, that's by the way. We have Elliot Anderson. The rumors are, is he a player you'd like to see at Chelsea, and how good is he? Can you tell us about him?
Yeah, I know Vince is a big fan of his. I'm not quite sold yet, to be honest. He's just done it now this season a little bit, so I still need to see a lot more. And really, his price tag will be 100 million, from what I heard. So
One
I
hundred
wouldn't.
million pounds.
Yes, we don't really need another central midfielder, to be honest. Now, maybe if like we talked about, if some players might want to go or something, season-ending injuries, or something like that, serious injuries. But I don't see us, to be honest, I don't see us getting him because of the price. What he can do, I mean, he's your central midfielder that the way he plays, he's pretty physical, but I don't see him an upgrade on any of our, to be honest, of any of those that we
So
have. Not for
so
that
you and
price.
Hakim agree.
I guess so. Sorry, I didn't know Hakim.
Yeah,
Hakim's on. Sorry.
he said the same thing. He said that you could say he's not Chelsea level, according to him.
Yeah, look, I don't think he makes us better. Now he's very good, but I haven't seen enough. I'm not going to go by this season, a few months, 6 months, him playing to make that decision. I don't think. Yeah, and Nottingham Forest, like I said, they don't want to sell him. They want to keep him longer, and if they do, they want over 100 million. So there's no point, to be honest, looking at him. We've got plenty of central midfielders. Lavia is still coming back as well. Hopefully, he'll be back by the end of this month. So I don't think we need any more, to be honest, in that position.
But
Not what he does.
do you know the player that I would have loved them to bring? I've forgotten his name. This Crystal Palace central midfielder. Um,
Who?
I've forgotten his name.
That
Um,
doesn't help.
yeah. But like, for me, what I think they are planning to do is, I think but Bonanote is gone. I think maybe they might bring Kendrick Pius to Chelsea. Like I think
I'd
they'll
take
bring.
him. He's an intelligent player. I'd take him.
Yeah, that's an option. It's an
Yeah,
option
yeah,
to bring
but
him
for
back.
me, this is what I'm telling you, that sometimes you don't know what they are like, how they are thinking. Like bringing, okay, maybe Kendrick Pius, or it could be because of the age,
Were
because
you
of
thinking
working.
about Adam Watson? No, it's not like I read what Ibro wrote. You're talking about
But
Adam
for
Watson, right?
defenders, I don't
Watson.
think I don't think
I
that
don't think
though.
he'll be talking about midfielders from those type of clubs, coach, from what I heard him say.
But one
Okay.
thing also about for defenders, I don't think they are going to bring any defenders to Chelsea, like for now.
With
And
that, I
if
agree. Yeah.
yeah, if they don't bring defenders, I'm not going to get angry, because listen, we've overload with defenders. The best thing for them to do is, listen, let's just, like, the season is gone. Like, let's just, like, they've messed up. There's too much messed up in this Chelsea team
The
that,
season
like,
isn't
Season's
done.
not gone. The
The
season's
season
definitely not
isn't
gone.
gone. Yeah. Even if you believe that, yeah, we're
We're
not
all in.
gonna. You could say we're not gonna. You could say beat Arsenal 2-0 to make it to the final of the EFL Cup. There's still the
no,
other cup.
no,
There's
no,
still the
no. Or like,
Champions League.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. With this set of players that we have, we can achieve something. But like, there's no any. What I'm trying to say, there's like, I don't think they, if the maximum players that they can bring is two players in this squad. Is two players. And those two players, I don't think is going to make like a massive change. At this moment, I think what we need is best coordination and best understanding between the players. Because one thing that is dragging us back is, um like, let's say Fafana and Choloba.
Mhm.
Fafana has gone like a Fafana and Choloba. I think these are the best pair in our defensive, like in our defensive setup. And Fofana hasn't been fit, or like injury. He has had problem with injuries. So when he comes back, like, you could tell, even though the coordination is not there, but it could be better than what it is. You understand? And then also the Rhys James, they can't use Rhys James because they have to protect him, and Malogusto with these inverting things and all of these things. So I believe, like, there has been so many disruption between the squad. And you could, if you remember, like, there was a statement that came out that Chelsea is the team that have done like a lot of changes in their squad this season in English Premier League. So they like I believe the understanding between the players is not there because just few games ago, Hato was playing like he has never played football before. Now he's getting his ground. Things are getting well. So when you bring another players inside again, the disruption will be more because these players they don't even know like yesterday I'm watching the game. Neto has the ball for so many times he should have left the ball to Estover, but I don't know if it's jealousy or he doesn't want to give the ball to Estover, and then he changed directions. Like there are so many. Joao Pedro plays a ball inside. The striker doesn't know that okay, I should be at this place at this time. Like there's so many disruptions. Like there's nothing like a teamwork in between our squad. Like the first team, like they are good with each other, but as soon as there's a little bit of changing, there's disruption. So if you bring new players, it's going to be more disruption. So this is what I think. I don't think they are going to bring any player. If they are going to bring any player, I think they're going to bring like a maybe Kendrick Pyers or something. But I think they're going to save everything for next season.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, let them not just do it in a rush and sign some nonsense players. City signed top players. We signed for Kundo Bonanote and Gittins. Gittins is an excellent player. He might not be
Yeah.
top right now, but he will get there. And that's my opinion. Let's see. What does he have here? Adam Watton is a CDM he's referring to from Crystal Palace, or as you want will use. We've been linked with a move for Watton, actually. This season is done for some of us. Another top four struggle. No, guy, you cannot keep it. Yes, then let's say this. One thing is this: if you believe we were gonna, you say, be contending for the title this season, you need to go check yourself for fever. Uh, yes, Adam Watson, we've been chasing him for some time now, but they want his situation to be like that of KDH.
Yeah,
Mm.
coach, when you watch him, that guy, like, he's really good technically and he has eye for assist. Like he's the type of player that can give you like a killer assist. Like his assist can cut like two players or three players. So like this is the type of player also I believe like every team at least you have one of these players that know how to that that says Fabregas and KDH. These players they are special, and he's one of the players that can do that. So they were looking after him, and I wish like they bring player like him. And this guy also has this
A
eye
defensive
for.
midfielder, right? Would you start him over Caicedo?
No, it's not defense. Like you can play Casedo and him if you want to. Like you can bench
Yeah, yeah,
Enzo
you can.
Fernandez.
I look. I don't think we need him. I think especially with this system, you're not going to play with two central defensive midfielders. One has to be a roaming central midfielder. So it's only one defensive
Yeah, he
midfielder
can do all
basically.
of that. He's hybrid.
He can, but again, another player
But
that's
it's
just
not his
done it for
specialty.
yeah. His
It
specialty is
is.
sitting deep
It
and
is.
distributing,
I've been
which we
watching
have
him
Lavia. In
like
my
it is.
opinion, Lavia does that at much better rate when he's fit.
When it comes to Lavia is good, but when it comes to like you know when we talk about someone like Fabregas, Fabregas can give you assists like Joan Mata and all of the, like there are some players that are
Please,
special.
you're not comparing
That
him to Fabregas, please. You're comparing a legend to Wharton that's done it for 5 6 months.
Oh no, you can compare players to legend. That is not like it's not like you are saying that like they will be on the same level, but you can compare players to legend. Like this
Okay,
is
you're
the
talking
like,
about style of play.
yeah, the style of play you can compare. We are not saying that like they are
How is he the same as Fabregas? Fabregas is so very smooth, very this guy is quick and very completely different type of player. Not even close, really.
Yeah, no, not even close. But what I'm saying is that, like, if you bring, like, at this moment in Chelsea, which player do you think, okay, if this player, even I used to have that confidence in Jorginho. Like, Jorginho can, if Jorginho is playing in the midfield, I
Los, Los
know
Dos,
Jorginho
Ranger.
can give some
Oh,
killer pass that can make changes. Which player in Chelsea at this moment that, apart from, I think, Kopama does that, but Kopama is like a, you need a player like in the midfield that get the ball and then without thinking just plays the ball for the striker. That is why these days, like, you don't see like a, how many times have you seen our midfield giving our striker assist? That is why our strikers, like, they don't know what to do. Like, when you see our strikers playing, some of the assists even come from Sanchez.
All right.
I don't see any of our midfielders giving some passes that midfielders should be giving to the strikers.
so Enzo Fernandez doesn't exist.
Enzo Fernandez, uh, man, Enzo Fernandez. When do you really watch Enzo Fernandez? Enzo Fernandez sometimes giving pass to a player in front of him has been a problem, and you're talking about giving a pass to cutting defenders and giving a pass to the striker.
Oh, you're one of those people that don't like Enzo Fernandez.
It's not like I don't like Enzo Fernandez. I do like Enzo Fernandez, but man, you are 100 million players. The basic things you should be killing the basic things. Sometimes there is player in front of Enzo Fernandez, and Enzo Fernandez cannot give a simple pass. For about five
Come
games,
on.
I've been watching Enzo Fernandez, and I'm like, come on.
That's a bit exaggerating. You can't give a simple pass. He's our best passer, basically
Nobody
number
Okay,
comes
one.
if
close to
he's our
him.
best passer, then we are smoked. Then we are. Imagine Enzo Fernandez is your best passer.
He is,
Since when
yeah.
have you watched Enzo Fernandez and he's
And
given a
he's good
pass and
at
you are
it.
like, wow? You can't compare Enzo Fernandez the same way you say we cannot compare him to Fabregas. You cannot compare Enzo Fernandez to a player like Jorginho. What Jorginho does on the pitch, you can't compare. And we
Mm,
some of us have never even rated
the diff-
Jorginho.
Jorginho is
They're different. They haven't.
traditionally
He
a
hasn't
midfielder.
been asked to play that role. He hasn't been asked to play that, to sit there and just pass left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, back. I mean, he's not asked to do that.
As a midfielder, Enzo Fernandez, like when it comes to this thing, what is his job?
He's been asked to play more
He's
of as a.
practically, it's just,
Yeah,
I know when you say engine, people will more, what comes to mind to the mind of a lot of people will be Caicedo. He's
Yeah,
actually the
so if
engine.
Caicedo is doing all the engine work, what is the work?
Mm-mm.
What is the job of
It
of,
depends
he's
on
of,
how you
of
see it.
Enzo
You can say
Fernandez?
you can call him the
yeah.
orchestrator.
Who's the? Do you know who the number one? How many kilometers number one in the whole team is? Who covers the most kilometers
Yeah,
per
Oh, then
game
exactly.
we
So
should.
in the
it's
whole
Oh, then we
easy
should
season?
bring
for
Conor
most people.
Gallagher back.
Caicedo comes to mind first,
If
but
you
No, he's
want
Enzo
not.
kilometers,
Fernandez
then we
is the
should bring
guy,
Conor
one of
Gallagher
the
back.
only player at Chelsea capable of dictating the tempo of the game for Chelsea.
Correct. Yep. And he runs
Andreas
the most.
Santos can do it, but not as good. He doesn't have the vision of Enzo Fernandez. In terms of vision, nobody comes close to him.
Enzo
Passing
Fernandez doesn't
range,
have vision, coach. He doesn't have
nobody comes
vision.
close to him. Passing range, Reece James comes closer, but it's a different types of. You can say not they're not exactly the same. Fernandez has excellent. He is also
Coach, he doesn't have an
excellent
excellent
at beating
vision.
the
Coach,
press.
let's be honest. Like, we guys are overrating. He doesn't. It's just that the bar has been low in
No, this is
Chelsea,
not
that
about
we
that.
think
This is not about
Enzo
that, bro. This is
Fernandez,
a
he
player
has a
I know
vision.
well. Have you paid attention to how we struggle in his absence to control
Because the,
games?
low, the bar has been low. That is why we
Okay.
like
All
I
right, I'm
can
not
mention
trying to
I
get you
can
to
mention.
change your
Listen,
mind, but
Enzo
I'm just
Fernandez
You
in
don't need
saying.
to
our
change your
top
mind
in the list of
exactly.
our top midfielders. Enzo Fernandez is the worst.
So he's good
Like,
Okay,
enough for
in the
winning the
list
World
of
Cup and
Chelsea
being a
midfielders, in
starter
the
in the
list of
Argentina
top
team,
Chelsea
but
midfielders, Enzo Fernandez
he's not a
will
good at
be the
Chelsea
worst.
midfielder.
okay. If
Like,
you feel like it's the worst, that's fine. But
yeah,
I
when
think
you
you're
so
wrong.
which means like the bar has been low to the extent that we are saying Enzo Fernandez is excellent. Because when you
He
compare
is
the type of
excellent.
midfielders that we used to have in Chelsea, which midfielders will you compare?
No,
Like,
we don't have to decide what type of midfielders the manager needs to have. We have no rights to do that. The manager
Why are we
decides.
comparing? Yeah,
Enzo
exactly.
Fernandez was Enzo Maresca's most important player, even though he wasn't using him as a deep line playmaker. But at the same time, you could say he utilized him in a hybrid manner. he crashes the box, but still, every time we have the ball, he's almost always available to help dictate what happens with that ball.
Coach, I watch Enzo Fernandez, and I can mention one thing that he does. Like, his
It
first
depends.
season,
We
he
all
was
see things from different lenses. You
no,
have
no,
every
no.
right
If
to
in
say
in
that.
his first
Hakeem,
season,
what
like
about assisting goals?
Do you remember? You can say I'm not saying he's the same thing as Mikel. I think he has Mikel doesn't even come close to him in terms of vision. Mikel maybe defensively better than
yeah,
him.
Mikel
Mikel,
is
for instance,
defensively, and
he's that
Mikel
sort of player. A lot of Chelsea fans didn't know what he does on the pitch. Didn't even know what he was doing at Chelsea. They
who
disrespected him a
Mikel.
lot because if I say what comes to mind now, maybe it might come across as insulting to you. But a lot of Chelsea fans at the time didn't understand what Mikel brings to the table.
Coach,
It
do
takes
you know
people
why a
that
lot of
understand
Chelsea
football
don't
at the
understand
time
what
to say,
Mikel
yeah,
was
this is
doing?
what he does. He
Coach, do you know,
sacrifices, even though he's a creative player,
Coach,
remains disciplined. Sacrifices, he can say the way he would like to apply himself on the pitch, which allowed other more, you can say, more technically gifted players at
Coach,
the time, or
Coach,
more offensive-minded players
Coach,
at the time to do their thing. But
Yeah,
do
he
you,
didn't need
I'm
to
just
anymore.
saying why I'm mentioning Mikel is how he was underrated at the time for lack of understanding of how the managers utilize him and how he applies himself. That's the same thing with Enzo Fernandez. I think
yeah, but coach, what I want to say is Mikel's time. Yeah, the reason why a lot of people were underrating Mikel was because of the midfielders that we have at Chelsea back then. We had Michael Essien, we had Lampard, we had like a lot of like even Matic at that time came. All our midfielders like were world class. So Mikel, when Mikel come, Mikel brings you like some different type of
he's a different breed of
yeah,
CDM.
say different type of foot. He brings you some different type of profile in the midfield when he comes, and like the coaches use him, like they use him. They know what he can bring, and they know his capability. So they know what So they put him in the midfield for him to do his job, and he does what he has been given like perfectly. But when you
Okay.
compare to Enzo Fernandez, at this moment, Enzo Fernandez, this is what I'm telling you, the bar has been low that Enzo Fernandez is our top midfielder. Like,
Yeah, but Hakeem,
and
let me
he
put it.
shouldn't
You said he doesn't
with
do
his
offer much
performance.
Okay,
He
you're
using nothing.
shouldn't.
saying you can say you agree he's one of our best midfielders, if not the best midfielders we have.
Yeah,
But
he is.
he is
Coach,
right.
listen,
But you're
don't
just saying
forget
the bar is too
Kevin De
low.
Bruyne.
But
Kevin De
you
Bruyne was
Hakeem,
at
you don't
Chelsea and he
rate him.
couldn't make it.
You're saying you don't rate him, right?
Enzo Fernandez. At this moment, I
That's your
cannot
main
rate
point. You
him.
don't.
Yeah,
I
well, it's
can't.
obvious you don't rate him.
Yeah, you don't rate him,
I
and
don't
you're
rate
not
him
the
because
first
there's
actually.
nothing special that he does that will make me
Okay,
rate him.
I don't have an issue with that, bro. You don't rate him. I know a lot of people that don't rate him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
there is.
I have
But me,
like it's a fact. The reason why I don't rate it when you see me, like listen, sometimes I give some players some benefit of the doubt. I was here defending what is his name, Garnacho, the last time because I give him I see what he's trying to do. I see, but Enzo Fernandez sometimes when he's trying to do something, you could see that he's trying to do it and it's not working. And it's like it's not the most difficult thing; it's the most easiest
Hakeem,
thing.
I don't think you know this player very well.
Oh, come
No.
on, coach. I do. I know Enzo. Coach, yesterday I didn't
Hakeem,
go to
answer this
work
question,
because
please.
of Chelsea.
Answer this
Because
question. 25 GA in the calendar year. No other midfielder comes even close.
Yeah,
Is
if
that
that's
doing
what
nothing?
tickles it, if GA tickles your fancy, maybe yeah,
oh,
I don't even want to I don't even have to get to the GA to
Bruno
know the,
Fernandez.
again to appreciate him
I
because
don't
I
need to get to the
know,
GA either, coach, but I just want to see if
yeah.
if he counts that, that doesn't mean nothing.
When it comes to
Here's the main thing, Dante. His point is he doesn't rate him. He's not saying he's a bad player, but he doesn't think it's as good as you and I maybe believe he is. Which here's the thing: you have every
That's
right to.
fine.
You're not
Yeah.
the
But coach,
first.
I'm really surprised that you guys do watch Enzo Fernandez. And are you trying to tell me that the output that Enzo Fernandez give, like when you watch some players like what is his name, like Caicedo, like the kind of players, or you did watch some players like
What does
Kante.
Caicedo give you,
Let me say
Hakeem?
this
You
first.
did
Let
watch
me
some
say this,
players like
Hakim.
Kante. You
Let
did
me
watch
say
some
this.
players
Can I
like
say
Kante.
this? Can I say this, Hakim?
Yes.
Enzo Fernandez will never be Caicedo, and Caicedo will never be Enzo
Exactly.
Fernandez.
No, I'm
Why?
not comparing both of them. I'm
Okay,
talking
I'm
about
not.
the
Yeah, I know you're not
output that
comparing
we
them. I
watch.
know, but
We
I just want
see.
to start from there. Enzo Fernandez is a deep line playmaker. Forget how you can say Maresca used him in the you can say in a hybrid manner, right? He crashes the box, does a lot of running, and he runs the most actually since the start. He's run he's ran the most since the start of the season. His vision is his strongest suit, and he's one of the only two players that you could say comfortably. Maybe this will stick with that too. That beats the press effectively. Him out of our midfielders, him and Romeo Lavia,
Coach, do you know players? Do you know
and
players
he's
before?
so good at beating the press. He doesn't even need a
Doesn't
first
look
touch to beat the
exactly.
press. And let me tell you, have you not paid attention to how we struggle whenever he's not on the pitch?
Coach, the reason you didn't hear what I said. I said at this moment, yeah, he's our best. He's our best because the bar has been low. But
It's not
even
working.
if we have like
You
a
know Real Madrid
Kovacic,
really
we,
wants him.
like if we have players like
If
Kovacic
you think
and
he's that poor, maybe that will help you understand. But Dante, sorry for cutting you off. You were saying something.
yeah, I said, he's among our best and our senior players at this moment. But that doesn't mean that like he's doing like like that doesn't mean that he's up there. When you go to every team, like sometimes lack of some qualities makes some players be at some position. At this moment, I don't see Enzo Fernandez
All right.
as a world class player that can make changes for Chelsea.
All
Because
right.
I've
And I know I
watched
can
him,
change
I've
your mind
seen what
because
he
yeah,
does,
that's your
I've
opinion.
I-
Yeah.
I've seen what he does, I've seen his output, I've seen, and I don't think what we want from like a midfielder, like he's he's going to
And
give us
can we
that.
get it back to okay, it's still your opinion because thank you for putting the disclaimer there. You don't think clearly your opinion because we have no right to dictate what the manager wants. But go ahead.
No, but I don't have issue like if Enzo Fernandez
I get your
is
point clearly, and I know I
I really don't
cannot.
have
If I
issues
speak
if
from now
Enzo
to tomorrow,
Fernandez
you're not
is
going to
playing.
change your mind because
Because
that's
to
how
tell
you
you the
see
truth,
it.
his first season under Poch, like no, under Poch, Enzo Fernandez under Poch. I was like, even we're playing bad game and I was watching Enzo Fernandez. And when the players have the ball, I was telling them that listen, give the ball to Enzo Fernandez, give the ball to Enzo Fernandez. Because I was so confident in him that when he has the ball, he knows when to break the pass. Because as a midfielder, one thing that is really important is to be able to take a ball and be able to turn. Because in English Premier League, sometimes you don't even have time to turn to give passes. So he was doing that, distributing all the passing, and that's like distributing all of those things. But when you compare those times to now, like it has changed. Like I don't know what happened to him. I wish you because like he's not yet in his prime. When you see Enzo Fernandez, you might think he's like 27, 28 years old. He's like 24, 23 years old. So which and as a midfielder, mostly midfielders are in their prime around 25, 27. So he's not yet in his prime. And I would love for him to be the player that I was projecting him to be. But at this moment, I'm sorry, I can't really rate him from what
Okay. Well, you
I
don't
can't
have to say
rate
you're
his
sorry. You're
output.
entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. You haven't convinced me to agree that yeah, you don't that I don't he don't doesn't do much. It's because the bar has been set so low. But Dante, you were saying something.
I think Dante is off.
Oh no, he's not
Yeah,
off.
sorry,
He's here.
coach.
But
I'll be back in
Okay.
2 minutes. Sorry.
okay, okay. All right. Have we heard anything about new Caicedo deal? I think probably in the works. Those things are. It's usually not that straightforward. I think we'll hear about it very soon. In fact, Enzo isn't the best passer. It's Reece James. But if we're talking about midfield, let's just stick with midfield. He's the best. Fernandez is overrated. Okay, you have every right to see it like that. Enzo has excellent passing range. The ask of Enzo has been different. Yeah, what they ask of him, the way the manager Enzo Maresca utilized him has been different. Enzo is a good passer, but only if he plays deep. because his vision is his strongest tool. We're playing him as a box and hustler that affects his passing ability. Caicedo is a good passer too, but the role he is playing is not going to allow him. Caicedo can actually play eight and play it effectively, or maybe the hybrid of 8 and 6. Hi to you, Tim Liam. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Gum Gum, I remember that movie. Enzo has really improved this season, though he cannot be perfect always. But to be honest, Enzo has really shown a lot of passion in leadership on the pitch this season. I guess Hakim is overreacting on Enzo matter. No, he sees it the way he sees. It's not just him. There are a lot of Chelsea fans like that, and that's why we're here. We all don't have to agree. He hasn't convinced me. I haven't convinced him. We move on to another topic. It's really that like that. The ask Enzo, yeah, for Enzo from Pochettino to Maresca is completely different. They utilize him differently. Enzo is a deep lying playmaker. His vision is his strongest tool, which simply means that the deeper he plays, the more effective it be. But if you get him to play as a 10 or occupy boxes just in front of the opposition 18-yard box, he'd get more goals. He'd still be effective, but I don't think he'd be as effective as he can be if he plays deeper. More like you could say, not necessarily the register way, in it because they just let's just stick with deep line playmaker. You could call register as the same thing. It really depends on the register. Dante, you there? Okay. He'll let us know when he's back. I think probably his son woke up now. All right. Chelsea have also scouted Toulouse's Charlie. Is it Charlie? Probably since it's French, might be Charlie Criswell. I honestly don't know him. Um, Okay, this is a good one. Marcus Senesi, is that Senesi or Senesi? I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. Is another older name Chelsea have discussed, but they are more inclined to look at a younger name. Yeah, nothing new there. We know, Hakim, don't we, that they eventually go for a younger player and not Senesi.
Yeah, of course. I don't know, now in Chelsea, it's a taboo for them to bring in a player who is over 28 years old, or like around 25 or even if you are 24 years old, they see it to be taboo. Like they see it to be like a old person. So they always want to target like the 18 years old, 17 years old, like that. I don't know. Sometimes, you try to think about it and try to find the logic behind it, but you find the logic behind it, but it it doesn't make sense of getting something out of it, you know like in a moment. It's more like when they make those decisions, it's more like in the future, and you don't know what is going to happen in the future. There are some players that we bought them for the future, uh like uh, um
Sorry, I'm back, coach. Sorry, Kim. Yep.
Ugechuku, and then they were there for only like one season or 2 seasons. Like there was a place like Angelo. We brought them in. They played for preseason, and now they are in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
So
we made
like
a lot of money from Angela.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we made a lot of money from Angelo. So
Even a Chuku, we got our money back and some as well. So pretty much. So I mean, the thing is, you see, Akeem, this model works because you don't lose money, so you don't get tied down, and it is for the future because that was the plan. The plan is a long term plan. It's not a short term fix. They're going for the long term plan, and yes, that's why they are signing young players now. We'll see what happens when they get to that 5 year mark, when they said they'll can change the model a bit there when the players enter their prime. But yeah, till then, probably next year, the year after, I'm still sticking to what they said they're going to do. So I'm still backing it. I think it's a good decision what they did. We needed an overhaul, so I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. And I think we've made good progress. People are saying there's no progress. Well, we won the Club World Cup. That's pretty good progress. Probably a bit of a surprise for a lot of people, but just shows we have the squad. We got the players. Just the rest of it needs to come together and to add a few more players as well. And I think we'll be very good, and we'll be set up for a long period of time because we're going to have a lot of players in their prime. Can you imagine all the players in their prime in the next year or 2 years? They're not even in their prime yet. Those players, they're not even close. Even Enzo Fernandez, all these, even Caicedo, they're not even close to their prime yet. So imagine in 2 years' time how good all these other players will be as well. Even not all of them are going to work out, unfortunately, because that's what happens when you do it that way. Not all of them are going to work out. But the good thing is, the ones that don't work out, you're not losing money on them, and then you're able to spend and buy other players as well. So it's just how modern football is these days, and unfortunately, we're not Man United to have that revenue. Unfortunately, where we are with our stadium and other things, we don't have that a level. We have to do it this way. It's not Roman Abramovich. We love him, but he's gone, and there's not going to be another one. So, yeah, even he probably couldn't have done this, to be honest, in this day and age without doing it by the books, because it's all by the books these days. It's pretty hard to get away with it.
Yeah, but
All right, let,
it,
let me catch up with what we have here. And Ibro says since he gave us a difficult time when we played them, and Courtney is here, of course. Yeah, say say. Let me say, why are you online trading? Stop 5 p.m. Who told you I trade? I don't. Enzo Maresca sack. This is a result. He wasn't sacked. He walked. So I know a lot of people aren't talking about that right now, but he wasn't sacked. Dante, do you know this kid here? Let me bring back the presentation window. The Toulouse Charlie Criswell. Is he? What position does he play? I don't know him. Okay, it looks like Dante is busy. But Dante, if you're there, do you know him? And how about Cincy? Marco Senesi is, I think that's how you pronounce it. Is another
of
name
course.
Chelsea have discussed, but they are more inclined to look at a younger player. Dante, if you're there, Senesi, what do you think about the news?
Yeah, look, he's quite old. He's quite mature. He's 29. I think will be 30 years old. I think so. He probably will be a free transfer, maybe. So I don't know if they'll look at him. He's not bad. But I don't think he'll. I think he'll probably. I can see him going back to Italy, to be honest, or even Spain. I don't see him staying in the Premier League. Um, yeah, I mean he's slowing down quite a lot as well. So he's all right. He's good, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think he kind of suits the model at the moment. To bring a player like that old into the team, I don't think that's going to happen.
And the Youngins and the Antonio Rudiger returning back to Chelsea, that news doesn't make
Same
it
thing,
doesn't make
coach.
sense.
He's
Sorry?
already been here. He's won with us. Everything. He's won at Real Madrid. He's going to want a nice big payday, which apparently Saudi are offering him. So I don't see any other outcome, to be honest.
Yeah, and money was one of the main reasons why he joined Real Madrid. And except if the Saudis don't come for him, if they do, I don't think he'd hesitate to take it.
I think he's already got they're in contact already from what I've seen some reports. So of course they're going to go for him. That's the type of player they go for. So uh, yeah, and I don't blame him for leaving Chelsea. To be honest, if Real Madrid comes calling and you're going to get a massive bonus, which he did, and a massive salary, well, I mean, he's won with us everything. He went. It is what it is, and especially because he's one of those players, that he wasn't favored for a whole year. Basically, he nearly left anyway a couple of years before that. So when a player goes through that as well and knows just another managerial change can do that, well, their mind's pretty easy to make up to go to, especially to Real Madrid. They're not going to hesitate.
Yeah. Hakim, you want to add anything to that? Oh, it looks like we lost him. All right. I don't think anything. Let me check if anything new emerged as the show progressed. If it did, we'll just address it and call it a day. Let me refresh this page. And if you're in the chat, if you have any questions, ask and we'll try to address it. Low key, the Chelsea PR is hella strong. I haven't seen anything that I've read. I think it's a PR today, but yeah, you have every right to believe what you want. Good evening to you too, Chelsea Ultra. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. You missed most of it, and we'll be shutting down soon. Senesi is a panic buy. I mean, we haven't bought him. The rumors just suggest he's one of the names we're looking at, but it finished with we're more likely gonna sign a younger player, which I believe is the case. But as Dante has explained, he's more likely to go back to Italy. Um, yeah, give me a second here. Let me refresh this page to see if anything new emerged. But Dante, I think it's important. Let's quickly talk about the game. If anything emerged, I'll let you know. Your observations from the game. What do you think happened?
Yeah, I mean, we were obviously hamstrung a bit with, some of the key players getting getting a flu or the cold, or whatever they had, a virus. So some of those weren't available. So that changed, the dynamics quite a bit. Rosenior played with what he had available. And I think he wanted to play a bit more the system that he likes, but you play what you have available. So he played a bit more, a bit different. So look, we still did good. We still did really well. Did we deserve to win that game? No, I don't think we deserved to win. I think probably a draw was probably pretty, the result, especially with those horrible calls from the referee for Arsenal. So, yeah, look, we're still in it. That's what matters. It's only one goal. And normally Arsenal don't really score many goals. So, and again, we gave him the goals, didn't we? Sanchez, basically not both, definitely one of them. The other one had obviously a part into it as well. So we kind of gave him goals again, unfortunately. So look, it wasn't that bad of a performance, and I think Rosenior's still working out who's who to play where, how to play them. He's quite figuring that out, and you can see that by the substitutions. Basically, you saw that he's trying to figure out really who he's playing, where he's playing, and that will take a little bit of time. And obviously, players out and suspended, and getting sick at the last moment. 3 players that would have played probably that are key in that formation were out. So it is what it is. Other players had to stand up and take their chance. They did all right. They didn't do too bad. I don't think it was a disaster. I see a lot of people saying it was a disaster. It's horrible. One of the worst games they've seen us play. Well, it was pretty fun watch. The game was pretty fun to watch. There was a lot of happening. So it wasn't a bad game to watch at all, to be honest. A lot of goals. So it's not that bad. I think we did all right for what was available. Probably unlucky not to get at least a draw, in my opinion, as well.
You could argue a lot of Chelsea fans, what you could say, the moment they saw the squad, weren't that interested in watching the game.
Yeah, and even after, I saw a lot of that was the worst game they've seen. Like, I mean, how? I mean, it was a pretty fun game to watch. I mean, for a cup game, that was a great cup game. It was fun to watch. So there was chances, there was controversy, there was everything you want in that game. So it was fun to watch the actual game. Now, obviously, as a Chelsea
I mean,
supporter,
it lived up to a derby hype, a derby
it
side.
did. I think it had everything. Yeah, like I said, it had pretty much everything. So, yellow cards. Like I said, I think Marino should have probably been sent off when he came on. He tackled João Pedro on the side of the knee with the studs. I mean, I have no idea how they did not look at that at all. So they had everything. So, yeah, of course, Chelsea fan, we lost. We didn't win, which is bad. But in context, Rosenior, new players, new system, a little bit. He's trying to. Remember when I said he's going to try to implement his system? Well, I think he's kind of tried, but he hasn't had the players available to do that yet. Well, he did that earlier on, but these last couple of games, you don't have Gusto, you don't have James, you don't have those players available to play that position. So I think he kind of reverted back to more using his wingers because you can't put him as 10s, you can't put him as 2 10s, unfortunately. So I think he's working with what he has available. but I can see that changing I can see that changing pretty soon, to be honest, when these players come back, uh, hopefully, by this weekend. So we'll see what happens, but I think he should play his formation better. I think those players will respond much better. I think he's overthinking it a little bit, trying to fit everyone in. That's not always the best to do that. I think he should stick to his guns a little bit more. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, let's see what he does. So they're giving Rosenior everything Maresca was asking for. This is a little bit messy. I think that's just your assumption. And the chances are the agreement with Maresca was to wait till January or maybe summer. So yeah, and Rosenior happens to be the manager right now. And I get it. I had somebody talk about Maresca saying, yeah, getting a CB is a top priority for him. And then two sentences actually in that particular report. The second sentence reads something to the effect of, but we'll see if we go for it.
Yeah,
Something
and
to
in
that
that
effect.
context, he cleared it up the next day. He said, I need a new defender. He meant as in the squad.
Yeah,
Actually,
he said he will look inwards, in house.
correct. Yes, he
But
meant.
of course, people
Yeah.
read it and you can say interpret it the way they didn't fit. I mean, I don't know. Let me just put it this way, because I don't work for the club. We can all only speculate. Chances are you're right, but I think most likely they spoke, even if he meant it. They spoke and they told him, look, the situation we're in right now, we cannot sign one immediately, and he agreed. And then they ended up not going for one. So I don't know why people like to find a reason to complain. So this particular report says Strasbourg are close to finalizing the signing of Moroccan winger is it Jassime Yassine for an estimated fee of around £7 million. And that's it, Dante. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about before we call it a day.
No, coach, that'll do. I won't talk about Maresca right now. We'll leave that for another show. Other stuff that's come up, but yeah, he's a young, exciting Moroccan. That guy is very quick, technical, still very young, obviously, but that's a good signing for Strasbourg. Yeah, he'll really fit in really well there.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, people. I want to say thank you to the captain of the community for finding the time to join the conversation, and Bobby, who was here, Hakeem, who was here, and to all of you in the chat, Hakeem Neum, thank you for joining. Who else was here? We have Chelsea Archer. We had Chelsea Archer. Had who else? Big Gurang, is that how you pronounce it? Courtney was also here. Ibro and Vic, my bro. Ibro, my bro, too. Chelsea 11 was also here. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge, we rise, never wrong. With every goal, we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. The blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. The blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust. but Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly from Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. But Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. But Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, The dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand.